From this day forth, you put your faith in me. Expecto Patronum! Expecto From this day forth, you put your faith in me. Expecto Patronum! Expecto Patronum! faith in me. Expecto Patronum! Expecto Patronum! day forth, you put your faith in me. Expecto Patronum! Expecto From this day forth, you put your faith in me. Expecto Patronum! your faith in me. Expecto Patronum! Expecto
welcome to the Caspian Sea. Have you ever asked yourself, how does Batman choose a suit before every outing? I believe he points at one, says that one, and then he fucks. If you've ever asked yourself that question, I believe you will enjoy Caspian Sea Season 3. With the soothsayer defeated and Edmund's mind returned, the party find themselves walking the streets of Kaer Morhen. While the party, still high on the hard-fought victory, realize that Kaer Morhen isn't what it used to be. Kaer Morhen almost seems to be in pain, weeping salty tears across the landscape of broken windows and shell holes present in most structures across the land. Davos quickly realizes that not only Locke but some of the other citizens have quite the issue with the party deserting Kaer Morhen in a moment of need. And with no familiar faces or allies to rely on, our heroes try to find out what's going on. I'm going to grab onto him and we're going to float down to the beach and I'm going to build a sandcastle for Umbreon. You're going to help me.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Well, if I can move underneath the overhang and still keep an eye on Davos, I'll do that.
Zen's goal of walking in here was to try and, like, ask people, you know, like, hey, I've heard this town was supposed to be a nice, bustling hotspot that was, like, starting to, you know, actually make a name for itself. And everything here seems really downtrodden and poor. What's been going on in the town? Like, this is not what stories of Kaer Morhen outside of here have been.
Orc traveler come from away on a ship.
I'm gonna grab his finger and slowly pull it back down to where it should be.
What is that on your back? He points to your weapon.
That's my protection just in case the merchant ships that I travel with happen to come into trouble.
We'll stand there and just look at her and say, I really am so sorry. Things have changed. Things have happened to me that I never thought would. And whatever you need, we can make happen. You've done whatever you can for this town. And whatever you want for me to be gone or us to not be involved, anything you want you can have. We just want to make things right. We had to leave to make things right in Tatooine, and we want to make things right here again.
Turns to you and tries to start listening. She tries to open her eyes, but she can't because she's crying too hard. And then she falls onto you and starts kind of crying into your collarbone area. And she's just hysterical. And then time she's doing that, she starts kind of like punching you a little bit with hatred on the front of the shoulder, like she's kind of holding you in spite of herself.
So guys, if you like what you see and you want to see more, please check us out on D20 Tactics. It's a YouTube page that's up for everybody, young and old, for D&D players and non-D&D players alike. If you're interested in our Discord, we have that as well. Feel free on coming in. We do kind of Q&As and chatting afterwards in our own special private Discord server where everybody is welcome. And if you guys want to see more, make sure to check out our live streams. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy Caspian Sea Season 3. Stream is on.
Oh wait, yeah, I gotta remove the bag of holding out of my inventory. Honky, you have it written into yours, right?
I don't fucking know. I don't think so.
You should put it in there. I'm gonna delete it now. It was still written in my bag.
God.
That magic item you gave me, Sean, is fucking awesome.
Kalen, will you push me the
Which one's
original
that?
contents of the bag of holding in Discord?
Uh,
Oh, I can share it.
yeah, I didn't have it recorded.
Share record? How do I? What does that do? Did that happen?
Bag of holding, got it.
You got it?
Yep. That was
Yeah, I
dope.
got
How'd
it
you
too.
do that?
You go to the shield, and then you open the tab that shows you like the description of the item, and then right click on the shield up in the top left corner, and then go sharing. And then share record. I just figured that out on the spot here. Didn't even know.
Yes. Bag of holding.
Oh, you were looking for what's inside of it, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that would probably be more me than anything.
Well, there shouldn't be anything in it. You dumped it out and killed that guy on the boat.
No, we collected shit
Went
again,
back and got
Honky.
it back.
Yeah, so there's 2 fancy cushions in there. There is a bell, like a giant fucking church bell, I think. Like just the size of the bag of holding. So it's like a big fucking metal iron bell, but it was like 1 foot wide, so it like fit perfectly in there. There's probably all the shit that I had that was like other items that I never got rid of. Where is that? A great sword, a hammer, an iron chest plate.
Do you have this written down somewhere?
Yeah, I have it all in my inventory, so you would have to like transfer it.
All right, we'll do that at a later time.
And then 2,200 gold in it.
Okay.
Yeah, so what I did with that, Honky, is like near your gold piece amounts at the bottom, I just wrote GP bag of holding, and
That's
then
what I
that was like separate, yeah.
It's the only money I have right now.
Yeah, there's really not much else other than that.
Okay.
There's just like, yeah, the iron chest plate, a hammer, and a great sword, the 2 couch cushions, and that bell.
Victor.
Victor?
Yep. Sorry.
You gotta. Can you read something for me and tell me your interpretation of it?
Sure.
Look up the instrument of the bards or the Knaith mandolin, and it's the last phrase on it that I'm having trouble interpreting.
Instrument of the bards.
Actually, Kote, if you want to look
Can
at
you
it,
push
too,
it
that'd be
so we
awesome.
can see it too?
Ben said that, but I couldn't figure it out.
Can you say the name of it again?
We got it? Oh, there you go. So yeah, that's actually sick that we just figured that out. Like honestly,
it is
it just
sick.
pops up on everyone's screen. That's dope.
What are you wondering about?
The last phrase on that description.
This effect applies only if the spell has a somatic or material component.
Well, like the whole paragraph.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
I said
Use
phrase.
The
I meant-
instrument while casting a spell.
Okay. That causes any term to be charmed on a yeah. So
Okay.
what?
The way I'm interpreting it, is that only when I'm casting a charm spell, or am I just reading this completely?
Yeah,
wrong?
yeah, no. So any spell that would charm them,
They
their
have
save is
disadvantage on.
yeah, their save is now at disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Assuming it's not just a verbal spell.
Only if
What
it's
is somatic?
or
Somatic is like hand gestures.
or material components.
Okay. So not just verbal. If it's just verbal, then it won't work.
Yep.
Okay.
Only if the
Which
spell
makes
has
sense.
a somatic or a material component.
As
do
well
the
as if it has verbal, that's okay too. If it's both.
Verbal's optional.
How do unidentified items work? Are you able to go to my inventory and identify the unidentified item?
Yep.
Can you do that for me?
But was that
Depends what it is.
I don't
given-
know. It just says unidentified item weight 4 pounds.
All right. right.
Oh, that might have been something that was given to you without an actual.
It should still have a description of itself
underneath.
beyond unidentified item. Yeah, see, it says unidentified for me too, so it was put in
I
there
finally
that way,
made
so I have no
Trident
knowledge
decorated
of it.
with. Oh, it's the fucking. I can get rid of that.
I have no knowledge of this identified item as far as I'm
That
concerned.
is-
It doesn't exist, because I don't know
That
what it
is
is.
the Trident of Fish Command.
I
You
thought
have
I
the
got
Trident of
those
Fish
all.
Command, though.
Huh?
I thought I got those all whenever we were.
Yeah, so did I, but that was still in my inventory.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not that worried about
I
it.
have it. It's the fucking. I have a mace or something like that. I can smack fish or fucking anything that has an innate swim speed of 10. And I can
Okay.
take control of its mind and tell.
Can we agree that the next hub we get to, where we're at some sort of peace within our quest going, that we can all stop and do some sort of fucking crafting mini game to like at least start the process and then move the fuck on from there?
You've already had an opportunity to do that. You guys have had an opportunity to do that, but you just didn't take it.
Yep.
Not to say fuck you, you won't
Well,
get it, but just so you're
yeah.
aware, it's right in front of your nose right now.
Yeah.
I know, but like I want to move on in the story too, and
Well,
we
like
just,
you short rest or something, like that, man. When we're short resting, long resting, anything like that, you have you only sleep for 4 hours, so you could take 4 hours of that time to craft something.
yeah, and also like our fucking town, we didn't have our buildings or any of our places to do anything. It was all like taken over by other people and sleeping quarters and shit. But whatever. Hopefully
You guys need to take a breath and reassess, because you're in the middle of the whirlwind of the story right here. And the stuff that you're saying you don't think you have access to is a lot easier to come by than you think. Just look, you guys have gone to Hack Meets, you've gone to Horzors and Moors, you haven't seen the rest of the town, you just don't know what you're dealing with. Just as a piece of meta information. So who could say that stuff could be closer at hand than you think? Or you could get killed looking for it. Who knows? I don't know.
But maybe while we're like sailing too, if we have all these deckhands, maybe while we're on the boat, we can take some time to like try to tinker with some shit.
Do it. So
I'm
Lunaris is still unconscious. Are we starting, or is everybody here? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm ready to roll into it.
I'm still fishing, waiting on Disco to get back.
Cool.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because I want to see what this DM gives me for a fish. I've got a fish
Okay.
for the season, and I want to see what I get in this
Well,
one.
we might as well just start with that.
25 feet long, 1/2 inch wide.
2 pounds.
All right, so Fisker eventually comes back, as he promised he would. He looks pretty pleased with himself. He starts running towards you, but as when he gets in line of sight, he slows to a walk. He trots up to you guys and he says, "Look, I said you guys needed to get out of here, and nothing has changed. But I've managed to learn a few things. The guards here only change every 6 months. They're stationed in the barracks. Now, as long as word of the bounty doesn't arrive from the mainland, you should all be safe. No one going about their daily business in Kaer Morhen is going to know about this sort of thing. This is all working class people. But at the other end of the we'll call it a strait. At the other end of the strait from the mainland, if you make landfall by boat, you'll immediately be taken in for questioning. They're auditing everyone at the docks who comes in asking for identification, and you don't stand a chance. You'll be thrown into a paddy wagon the moment you land. So you guys have to find another way out of here. But I can tell you one thing. If you keep a low profile, you don't piss off the guards, and you don't interfere with the mining operations, there shouldn't be any problem. Does your boat still work?
Okay, I have an idea. Fisker, if we were to have a few of our mates meet with Drow and Wilson on the boat and disguise themselves and use the business front as Prestige Worldwide, do you think we could get our boat fixed while the rest of us keep a low profile?
I mean, I'm not really a seafarer. I can't make an assessment of the seaworthiness of the ship, but I mean, You seem to
you
have
set up-
basic skills. I
Can you
don't
set
know the
up a
shipwright,
meeting
but
with the shipwright?
I don't know the shipwright, Davos. I'm sorry. I can tell you he and his apprentices work on the dock, but we don't have a personal correlation. He's new in the area, and he's unknown to the merchant guilds that I run with. But I've been told privately through okay, that's a fucking no go right there. Hang on.
Yeah, you're going too far there, buddy.
Yeah,
I'm just
no,
going.
no more moving. I just had to shut up and find the token lock button.
Okay, well, I'm gonna turn to Zen. Davos turns to Zen and says, if you're up for it, I think this would be a great way for you to use your charm and your already related ties to some of the locals that you've met. Do you think you could get a meeting with a shipwright in town?
Before Zen answers and before you finish, Davos, you notice Fisker just keeps on talking.
Okay.
He's like, there's a couple other things I can tell you guys, but long story short, I have to get out of here myself. The reason I have to leave is because there's a huge amount of activity going on with the guild, and I need to get back. And not only that, but I need to see my family. But I think it's related to the activities that have been going on lately. What I've received a telegram saying that there are massive orders being placed from all across the land for all manner of goblin and dwarven weapons, and they're being shipped out, and production is being stepped up to 100%. And usually if there's some sort of trouble brewing, the weaponsmiths are the first to hear about it, and this time is no exception. I don't have any details, but yeah.
Is there any way
things
we
are
can
bad, and I need
contact
to
you
get
if
back
we
to
need
Tech
you again?
Took the words out of my mouth, Davos.
You can send a messenger. I'm not really sure.
No way.
I mean, I don't recommend you come back to Tectuine. Like, again, I'll be safe. I have the merchant cabal to keep me safe. I'm well connected with the mercenaries that are protecting the road back to Tectuine. As long as I don't piss anyone off, I should be fine.
Well,
I was
think
going
two
to
routes-
use my I was going to use the rest of my gold to hire a cart to take me back, but honestly, I just slipped most of it to the guard captain to keep you all safe for a few more months. I should be fine to make the way back on my own.
I'll just say I think the two ways that a contact would come about in Tectuine for you again to branch between us for information would be either me sending Drown Wilson, so if he ever comes your way, just know that it's probably from us, and the other one would be through the guild system, and Zen's connection to his guild could probably reconnect with yours once we find the guild's hub. So if you ever have information coming your way through the guild or through Drow and Wilson, just know that that's probably us trying to contact you.
Okay, he looks at you with a dutiful gleam in his eye, and he says, I'll do that, Davos. Let me know if there's any way I can help. And he takes each party member by the hand individually and bids them an individual goodbye. And then, without further ado, he tucks tail and takes off running over the bluff towards the docks. And with his departure, you see the sun start to peek up over the horizon.
Oh, I wanted to ask him if I could have Plumbart.
As you leave, when you take my hands, I'm just gonna say, just wait a second, reach in my bag and give you a separate pouch of my gigantic bag of tobacco, and I'm gonna give you a large amount of it for your travels, and every time you smoke, to just reminisce on everything. We'll talk to you when we can.
He jumps up because Davos is a little taller than him, and he puts Davos in a childlike headlock and gives him a little noogie, and he's like, they don't give you enough respect. You're all right. And he pats you on the butt.
Fucking laughing about
and
it.
shuffles away.
All right. Fuck yeah.
You can tell that he's like really trying to go before he gets emotional because he's gonna cry, but he's running over the bluff. You guys are his best friends. You've been with him for like the most you know, like you guys have almost died while in each other's company like 100 times together, and you know he can tell he's still in that elevated state of you know, like he's still in like emotional hermit mode. Like he's not gonna feel anything, but then halfway home he's probably gonna have a little bit of a breakdown. But that's okay because he's gonna have like kinky sex with his gnome wife as soon as he walks in the door.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
and
say
she's like
hi to
half
the
his height,
kids
so
and
that's
wife.
gonna be a lot of fun. So,
Alright.
with a heavy heart, you turn back to the crowd that you came with. You look at Lunaris's limp body on the ground and prepare to assess the situation.
Okay, first things first, I'm just going to throw it out and you guys take charge of this. We need to figure out a plan for getting the boat fixed. We need to separate into 2 groups. How do we want to separate? How do we want to do this?
I'm not leaving the group again. Separating into 2 groups is a
Well,
bad
I
idea.
think it'd be
Every
you and
time
me,
we
Scrog.
separate every time we separate Davos, we fucking die. I'm not going with you any fucking where.
Okay, but maybe we go in different groups.
Scrog, if you're having this conversation with the party, let's say that after you see over your shoulder Fisker has run away, and you haul your line back in, and you don't think there's a fish on the end of it, but there's a tiny little flounder that's so small that you didn't even notice it was on the end, and so you walk back to the group with this little comically small fish, and let's say you've now joined the conversation.
Alright, so
I only did that because you
fish.
started talking to him.
That's fine. I'm gonna move over to here actually.
Alright.
And I'm going to take my ridiculously small flounder and I'm going to smack Davos on top of the fucking head with it. And tell him that idea is fucking stupid.
Okay, I will take the hit. Just re fucking think over my idea I just said there and be like, but we need a plan. Like,
Why don't we just pull the boat into the harbor? We were just told that we're not even wanted here. We could actually pour a boat in, fix it here, and then leave.
yeah, but he just said that the guards at the port are investigating anyone who comes through, so it's got to be somebody under disguise with a veil
That's
of
at the
some
port.
reason.
That's not at our port. That's at the other port.
What Fisker said was that if you guys make landfall in New Haven,
west.
you'll be immediately like inventoried by the guards.
Okay,
Like,
so
They
it's
will
not
check your
alright.
identity.
Problems.
They'll make sure that you're not wanted fugitives, and they'll likely take you into custody unless you can avoid or kill them.
Okay, never mind. I just heard that wrong.
So
Well,
what
let's go
Fisker also
fucking
said was
find our
that
boat.
the garrison that's protecting Kaer Morhen right now is on a 6-month rotation. So you guys
How
will
far are
be
they into that rotation?
there's 6 more months left in their rotation.
Copy.
None of the guards, there's no new guards that are going to come from the mainland that you know of in the next 6 months. So the only way that the guards who are in Kaer Morhen now could catch wind of the bounty would be if the communication somehow got across. But Fisker just paid off the guard captain to make sure that doesn't happen.
Okay. So we got 6 months, or if something extenuating happens. Then
Exactly.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah, unless you guys fuck it up and draw attention to yourselves, or the person that Fisker bribed decides to become a traitor, which is completely possible. The information is as it was described, and you're as certain as that information would imply that you're safe.
Well, at the very least, should we make our way out to the boat and check on it? Maybe we can leave. Maybe we can leave Lunaris somewhere to sleep out there, somewhere safe.
Yeah, somewhere on the boat, like Honky was saying. Okay,
And
let's
just
do that.
meta,
I think
once
the best.
Lunaris wakes up, you aren't going to have to worry about the craziness again. Sorry, Ben.
No.
Oh
that's
yeah,
fine.
Caleb wasn't around for the conversation. I forgot.
Yep. So we're going to leave it. Everything with Lunaris is going to stay the exact same as it is now, except there's going to be no he goes crazy.
Okay. So no splitting up. We all go to the boat, enter the port together if we can get there with the boat.
Yep.
Okay, and then deal with fixing it together as a group. We get in the port and then figure out the conversation from there.
Yep.
Okay. Fucking off to it.
You could also like float the boat out to sea a little bit and have a full night's sleep before you roll in too. Everybody who doesn't have their shit.
That's also a great idea.
Yeah, that's true. It's daytime now though, so if we
Lunaris
had
talking in his
an
sleep? Is that
8-hour
what's happening?
sleep, we would come in the evening into port, which
No,
might be actually better.
Umbreon pops up on your shoulder. Just-
I mean, I did have Umbreon with me. He was over there fishing with me.
Is Lunar still asleep or no?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, can I use my mandolin and cast 2 spells from it on Lunaris? Levitate and invisibility.
Yeah, of course.
oh,
So we can freely move them. Well, I don't know how long does levitate last. 10 minutes. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
we're probably 10 minutes away.
By the-
and
Scrog
they're
can
both
pick him up like he's a
concentration. I
sack of
can't do it.
potatoes.
All right, just invisibility then, because they're both concentration, so I can't do both.
also, Kalen,
just
did you
invisibility.
roll your dice at the start of the session yet?
I did. I got an 18 and a 5.
Okay, cool.
All right, so describe your casting of invisibility and figure out who's going to carry Lunaris.
Right, so Edmund, he goes through and he starts playing one song. And he's like, "No, that won't work." Here it is, and he plays some dulcet tones, and as he's playing, he puts a little extra flair on it. So instead of Lunaris winking out, he slowly fades.
All right,
We have
so
We have 1 hour stroke. I think he's right here. Start feeling around with my foot in where I think he fell or is sleeping.
Well, I'm gonna stumble around, find Lunaris, throw him over my shoulder. How wide do you think Lunaris is?
He's a
He's wearing-
skinny. He's a skinny bitch.
Do you think I could put him in the bag of holding?
no.
Spoop.
He's
You'll
also
die
wearing
in there. The air
Oh.
fucking traps and kills you in there.
He
Oh.
doesn't have his armor on, does he?
No.
No. Where is
Was that
where is his
left at the
In town? Hell
Phoenix
yeah.
Hospice?
No, it was left at Horzors and Moors in the back room.
You guys left Lunaris' armor behind?
I didn't know
I
we left
missed
it
that.
behind. I thought you picked it up and we moved to there and you just didn't put it on.
Yeah, I think you
Oh,
picked it
did
up
I?
when we went back to the church, and then you took it
Okay.
off for sleeping when we made the hub.
Oh, I thought, yeah, I could, like, last session was fucked for me. It was in the middle of my psychosis, so it could be completely possible.
Well, can we just metagame that Scrog, when he took Lunaris, afterward, he picked up his armor, put it in the bag of holding, and we have it.
Yeah, sure.
Just fucking sucked it up like a vacuum into the vacuum space of the bag of holding. Okay, let's move to the fucking boat, guys. Let's go.
Yeah.
Fucking let's do it. So
All right,
on our
so the
walk
boat
there,
is halfway back toward the camp. That's you know that the boat is moored like probably 200-300 feet off the coast. You weren't able to get it any closer than that, and you took a little rowboat into shore that you parked on a beach, and the beach was about halfway between Kaer and the camp.
Okay. Well, let's just get eyes on that beach and see if we can get eyes on the boat.
Yeah,
Yep.
let's go to the sandcastle on the beach. On the walk there, I'm gonna turn to Zen, and I'm gonna say, I am going to spend some time once we get the boat going to forge us all a license for our business, Prestige Worldwide. And when we get there, I think we should make up a plan and a guise of when we enter that we're from this business, we're part of merchants, we need our boat fixed, we got attacked by pirates or something, and maybe even while we're getting our boat fixed, that we can set up maybe a deal for trade that we are going to take a shipment somewhere with our large boat. And that's where we can maybe figure out more information on where these transactions are dealing with and where we may need to go when we do leave Kaer. But that's just...
Okay, so
That takes you out of it, eh?
That gave me a slight chub.
That's the noise when Davos has a good idea.
I'm gonna turn that
That's the
off.
only time I've ever heard it.
Exactly.
It's the only time I've ever heard it.
Most
But
of
no,
the
I
time,
think,
it's not so
All
good.
right, that's not.
yeah,
gonna
I
happen
think
again.
forging documents and stuff may be our only option. But I
But
think
what I'm, yeah, sorry. Go.
no, I'm just. I'm kind of at a loss here, to be honest.
That's okay. Like what I'm gonna say, like at the end of that, just explaining that while we're walking right now. We're still headed there, but I'm gonna say to him, I'm gonna need you on point with probably this part of everything. Like I have my disguise kit. I can forge the documents, but I'm gonna need your charm and charisma at the forefront of probably the dialogue between who we meet, and I'll take like second. Like I'll just wait till things happen, and if anyone needs to step in conversation, we'll just let you take point, because I think your relations and your charisma is just gonna get us through it. So that's all I'm saying.
All right. Well, I guess only time will tell how this goes. So it seems like a good start of a plan. So we'll go with that, and hopefully things go off without a hitch this time.
All right. And yeah, I'm just gonna say, and now it's a race, and just start fucking booking shit across the beach. Not just kidding.
You slut.
So you
But,
guys are going straight to the
camp.
camp
Straight where we can see the boat.
where you can see the boat. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to get to the dinghy.
Yeah. If the dinghy's there, if not, where we had originally landed the dinghy.
Okay.
Yeah, Scrog can take the dinghy. Maybe all of us, but yeah, we gotta all go on the dinghy. But yeah, we'll take Lunaris back, get him in a fucking bed, and go from there.
All right. Just 1 second while I get you this.
Confirm my move.
No.
Aw.
Confirm your own fucking move.
Yeah. Also, Scrog gonna turn you two and be like, I think honestly, it might be you two, Zen and you, because your relationship with guards and also just the authority figure behind having such a confidence behind being this business front is probably going to have a good duality between Victor's charm and your like potent fucking
Freshness.
yeah, your potent strength and attitude that like confidently we do own this business. You know what I mean? No one's going to deny that with the good cop, bad cop style between the two of you. Like you just know what you're doing, and Victor is able to get us what we need out of the conversation.
He took everybody else off the map except for me.
Oh yeah, and Kote, last session we made Lunaris an enemy, and that's probably why his token isn't showing up right now.
He's there.
Remember?
Maybe you guys just don't see him. I'll turn him
he's
to not hostile anymore.
Yeah, because I think he was a hostile, right? So it
Oh,
Very
good
bad.
map.
Yeah, I like
yeah,
that.
this is sick.
Thank you, Google. 45 seconds ago, I did not know what I was going to do about this.
Yeah.
Just happened to find it quickly.
That I'm not gonna lie, that happened a few times when we were playing too. When I was DMing.
Yeah, it really opened my eyes to how much people take a lot of time out of their life to make this shit and then sell them for $2 each on Patreon. Fuck. Then I tried making my own map and I did not envy that living at all.
That was dumb.
Anyway, so you guys arrive. You see, I can't believe how well it worked out. There's the fucking boat and everything. It's insane. Let's pretend that lean-to is decrepit and was fucked up when you guys first landed there. Yeah, there's no fire pit. It's old. It's decrepit. You can tell this is a campsite that maybe was used by some local kids. You don't feel any bad vibes coming off it, and you didn't then, and you don't now. So you just walk down, you see the boat still drifting out there, fucking full of holes and shit like that. It looks like it's sitting at a funny angle now that it wasn't sitting at before, and you're a little concerned, but it's floating.
Well, boys, it looks like the back of the boat might be filling full of water. We need to get out
But-
there and get out of the water.
By the way,
Honestly, I'm
you're
surprised.
all of you are taken aback by the scene before you because there's huge, majestic cliffs. There's all of the surf is being funneled into that little cove there. It's washing up on the sand, and the sun is glowing blood red off the sea, and it's like the drama level is like 10 out of 10.
Mhm.
I'm crying. I mean, like as I'm trying to get in
Yeah.
the boat, like Scrog, we're like crying.
No, fuck! I have to answer the phone. 1 minute.
No worries.
Now Scrog,
Honestly, I'm quite surprised the boat's still floating. It wasn't looking great when I left.
But we did sail it back here just at a slower pace, so it's seaworthy enough to traverse to the docks, maybe. But yeah, it could never take another voyage, essentially.
No.
Yeah.
No. We gotta get the boat back to the harbor. We gotta get the boys on to fixing it.
But yeah, let's fucking push through this, boys. We know what we're doing. We'll figure out the plan once we get there. But we know for now what we're doing, the steps to take. So let's just crush it the fuck out.
I wonder if you're getting paid for the people that took over your building, Davos.
Hell no.
Well, we should
I don't think
probably.
I even had like a fucking documentation I own that building. Like all the docs and everything of our like your mayorhood and who owned things. Like we haven't even talked to Telomere. We have no idea who's mayoring the town right now. So let's just get this solved and then we can maybe go back through Caramoran, figure more out before these 6 months are up, and then resupply the ship, figure out where we need to go based off of maybe a fake trade deal or some shit that we'll take, and then because we could pose as merchants, right? We could just be Prestige Worldwide and set up a deal and see where it's going, like maybe the biggest deal they're sending, right? So then we can take that fucking shipment to the biggest place that's manufacturing the most out of this raw material, and that's probably going to give us a little eye opener to what the fuck's going on in the world, I guess, right now or something.
Yes, I love this plan. It's great. It covers it checks a lot of boxes, right? But we'll have to make a cover story about why the boat's so messed up. I don't
Hopefully,
think
it
telling
won't be
them.
messed up by the time we get there.
It's gotta be pirates or something because we had a shipment of whatever, and then pirates attacked us, took our shipment, and now we need to reinvest in a new deal to make up for lost profits, but we also need to set up a new relationship with this town, being our town that they don't know, and then figure out where that big trade deal is, right? So we're gonna get lots of information out of. It's gonna be a lot of persuasion-y role play here. Like this is gonna be fun, but
Speaking of which, how much money do we have between all of us?
I just found out I have $2,200.
yeah, that's what our big pot is out of the bag of holding. So
2,200. Okay.
we have quite a bit, right? Because you didn't lose yours.
And let me keep a ledger. Edmund never had a ton of money, but let me see what I got. I got to 1955 gold.
I lost like
Okay,
$4,500.
yeah,
in
that's pretty
fucking
good. I
gold.
have 10 gold, so
Fucking $4,500 in gold gone. Your fucking mom's a cunt.
That was
I just
excessive.
I just realized
Took all
that
my money.
Sean's webcam on his stream is frozen, and it looks like he's been asleep this entire time.
Oh,
That's
really?
awesome.
Why is that, I wonder? Oh, my cam is down. Interesting.
Yeah, it looks like you've just been passed out this entire time.
Yeah, sorry, I gotta turn the victory sound back on
There. That should be better.
and possibly answer the phone if it rings again.
Oh,
But
look, Sean's
hopefully it
moving.
doesn't.
He's alive.
All right, sorry about that. Did you what happened?
None of your business.
Yeah, we just RP'd a little bit.
We came up
The
with
meeting
a
was
plan and
RP.
you're
I
not
need to know.
involved.
All right, what's happening?
Just going to the boat, I guess, guys?
Yeah. Okay, so the does the dinghy look like it can fit us all, and we can go take it out to the boat?
All right, so you just walk down to the dinghy. You can see when you arrive at the dinghy that you could all fit in it, but there, right where the water line is, there's a huge hole in the bottom, and the water. It doesn't look seaworthy.
Okay. Well,
Those of you who take a minute to look more closely will see that the reason for the hole is because in this area the tide is fairly rough, and there was a kind of a stone embedded into the sand, and the bottom of the ship's been bashing off it as the waves have been lapping at the back of it this whole time because it wasn't tied up far enough inland.
Well, dang it.
It looks repairable. It also looks like the boat would not be a particularly daunting swim for someone without armor and who could swim well.
Well, I can get out there, or
I mean, I have mending.
help someone else get out there. We could try that.
Mending is an awesome spell.
Mending. Use power.
All right, describe to us what happens then.
Well, actually, I'm not even sure if mending works because do I see like the remains of
You
the
look
wood?
at the back of the boat. You can see that there's driftwood scattered around. You can see that there's a gash right where the corner of the boat kind of is in the back. The gash is about 10 inches across, and you get a fairly good sense that the mending spell would probably do a pretty good job.
Nice. Well,
So I
in that
recommend you
case,
describe the casting of the spell.
yeah. Well, first of all, I'm gonna run around and collect all the driftwood. I'm going to get Scrog with his big, strong muscles to move the rock that the boat's underneath, so that we don't puncture a hole in it again.
And you're gonna say
And-
reparo.
Yes, exactly that.
Boatculus reparo.
No, and you know what? I just want to like carry up all this driftwood, and as I'm just gonna like throw it onto the boat and be like, "There you go, guys, the boat's fixed." And everyone's gonna be like, "What the fuck? You didn't do anything." And when they turn around to look at the boat, it's just fine. The boat's just back to normal.
Okay. So Zen's over there turning cantrips into dad jokes.
Yeah.
When he finishes, you turn around and notice that the hole in the boat has been patched with wood that, oh, for fuck's sake. Here comes that call again. Boat's fixed. 1 minute.
You just hear from the background. Lunaris is snoring.
Alright, never mind. This guy's a fucking dumbass, can't follow simple instructions, so I'm not going to answer his call. Oh, wait. He may have just discovered how to follow instructions. For fuck's sake.
Just do what you gotta do, man. Take care of it.
Yeah.
We'll have a break.
Hey, Rocky. How you doing?
So if we should talk about
Not too bad.
here. If we'll be if we're going to be let's get our story straight, right? What were we hauling originally before we got attacked by pirates?
Why
Spices.
don't we say that we were transporting dragon glass when we got attacked? Make it look like we're actually one of them.
Hang on, because we are in a warship.
That is true.
But like if we
It was also a slaving ship. If they come on board, that's probably not a great look.
This is also true.
But like I'm just worried that if we say that we were trading dragon glass, that brings too much attention to what we know is already kind of going on.
That is
If we want
true.
to stay, if we want to stay under, stay away from suspicion, being like, "Hey, yeah, we just happen to be traveling with, the most important resource this island has to offer." Seems a little sketchy. Like I think it should just be, like spices or something, something general
Or-
goods and services, or you know what? Yeah, like just something. Could be
Maybe-
weapons.
Maybe we get a little closer to the truth, right? Maybe we were on a different boat that got attacked we were captured as slaves, and we mutinied, took over the boat, and
How did we end up on the slave ship? Why were we slaves? How did we?
well, we were merchants normally, and we were attacked by the boat. Maybe
Yeah.
it answers the question of why we're coming in on a warship and why we want to be merchants still.
Mm-hmm.
Though that does offer a little more room for people to think that maybe our property would belong to them.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome if we could find sales that match like the Davos's family. That would help out a lot too.
Oh, I don't know how.
Maybe get some information on maybe getting some counterfeit ones.
Ooh.
That might make travel a little easier.
It could. Possibly.
Umbreon says, okay, that's enough suggestion for me, and hops into Scrog's jacket. Forget everything I just said. I completely forgot I'm face down in the mud. Awesome. Sorry, guys.
I say exactly what you said, but I'm like, yeah, you know what? I feel like if Linares was up and about, this is probably what he'd say. This is what he thinks we should do. Okay, so
Frost is in the chat saying hi. What's up, Frost? Frost checked out our last stream and liked it, and he figured he'd come stop in and see what it was all about.
Awesome.
I remember Frost.
Yeah, our DM just got a work time phone call, so he's just going to be a minute.
We're discussing our
what we need to
plans
do
for the future here.
Hey boys, I had to disappear. I'm sorry. I am back. I have my food now and everything, and yeah, I'm good to go now.
Please.
Sorry. Did you guys move on or do anything?
No, Kote is just dealing with work stuff, and we're just on a break.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
yeah, we were just throwing out
the
suggestions of what we should do.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, we're just trying to figure out the details now while we have a chance.
Yeah,
I was thinking,
you guys
like,
tell me, man. I want you guys to figure this one out.
I was thinking something we could work on is eventually getting counterfeit sales that match the Buford's logo.
You said Davos's. Do you mean Buford or Davos?
Oh no, I meant like the Davos. Or okay, yeah, no, Buford's family, like.
No,
that makes more sense to me.
Yeah, sorry, my mistake.
Yeah.
So sell under his sigil so that they catch recognition of it.
Yeah, because like if we're sailing out in the ocean and fucking we get spotted by the fucking the Davenports, like we're carrying their sigil, might make it easier for us to travel, especially if we got to go inland rivers type thing.
Yeah, actually, Sean, that's a great idea because we can front as Prestige Worldwide, right? And then we can, like, if we make a good deal here for business, hopefully that gets us to a big deal with the Davenports, right? And then it's going to be a really fucking inside job sort of deal where they don't know who we are, but we knew who they are, but we're doing actual business to just gain rep and also information along the way. And
So
then
hear me out, Davos.
break that cover.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
His uncle materialized onto our ship.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they know where we are.
No, I think that was only because of Buford's material being with us, his hand.
I still have his hand and fucking shit with me.
I think it was more he was in proximity. He was actually on the boat that was chasing us, is what I think it was.
Well, and they knew where we were. Yeah, the Davenports were chasing us on another boat, so he knew that we were ahead of them. Because there's no way he has, like, omni-fucking potence of knowing where we are and everything. Same with the witch. The only reason she knew where we was the connection to the ledger. So there's always something involved.
Edmund's gonna
physically.
chime in and be like, "Well, there are spells for looking in on people from far away.
But do they need material from you, or?
Not necessarily. Some
Well,
powerful scrying abilities.
well, we're
Though,
gonna have to take the fucking chance with that one.
to my
I don't know.
knowledge, most of them won't, except the most powerful, necessarily tell you where someone is, but you can look in onto them, try and deduce from their actions or their surroundings.
Edmund, is there any way you can create, or Zen can create, a barrier to our, like a farce, like a spell fucking farce or something, like almost cheesing the security cameras, like it shows what we're doing a week before instead of what we're doing now, or anything like that? Is there anything?
I don't know of any spells like that offhand, but if we get to maybe somewhere with a school or a library or even a magic shop, I might be able to look into it.
Oh yeah, same with Zen and you. Also, we need to find your respective guild halls, because there's probably a lot that we could fucking correlate and learn from those at this point.
But
Now that
back
we
to,
have
back to the matter at
information.
hand here, though. Sorry, I think he's coming back, so I want to.
No, I just pulled him in to see if he was still talking, and he's still on the phone.
Okay.
Okay.
But either way, maybe we should turn back to the point at hand. Do you think we should? So you missed it, Ben, but I suggested that instead of saying we're a merchant ship because it's a warship and it was set up for carrying slaves, I suggested making the lie that we were merchants. We were attacked. Our boat was lost, but we managed to overthrow the slavers on this boat.
All right,
and
I'm
that's
done
why
being
it's
a
all
fucking
jacked up.
dumbass.
And take theirs. That's a good idea. We should.
So we are
probably roll with
merchants.
that.
Another thing we could do is also like fucking hire like people to go out and cause trouble in our name as a distraction. That could be.
Oh, I know what you mean, but at the same time, do we want more fucking trouble on our name? And also those people are going to take the consequences for like all the shit we've done, which is pretty brutal.
Oh
at
no,
this
make
point.
sure they're completely aware, but just make the money enough.
So everybody's good with that plan then, or do
Yeah.
we
No,
need to put it
that's-
to a vote?
I just
That's
have to
way
walk
better.
away, so I have no idea what's going on. But yeah,
Neither do I. This is fun.
Okay,
All
well,
right.
I'm good with that, Caleb. So Caleb wants to say,
Scrog?
Scrog is indifferent to the entire situation because he's a war-bound motherfucker, so he don't give a shit one way or the other.
no, but you're the intelligent fucker. You definitely should chime in.
You want Scrog's opinion? You
Yeah.
guys are going about this a way too complicated way.
Yeah, see, there's the confidence that I was talking about, where Scrog's just going to be in the forefront, just being like, yeah, that's totally it. Can't even see him lying. They fucking no perception on that fucker. Okay, I'm
we
down
enter
for
the
that,
ship
though.
then?
Yeah, so Kote, I'll just explain again. We just made a new lie up. That's what we'll probably get the plan going once we get to the boat. But Edmund's right. We should probably lie and say we are merchants. We're from this company, but during the midst of our travel, we got attacked by like pirates or mercenaries, but we overthrew their boat and they took our merchant vessel, and that's why we have a warship, and it's fucked right up.
Right on.
Okay. So
Thinking
we're gonna
man's
life
D&D.
raft over to our boat, I guess.
All of you?
Yes.
Does it look like we'll all fit without it going down?
Yep.
Well, that's we do.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
You feel like you're going to want to test the weight, but it'll hold you volumetrically. Is it just Lunaris coming?
Yeah.
He's with me.
Okay. All right, y'all get in the boat. Who is pushing the boat into the water, or how exactly are you doing it?
I guess I will. I'll push the boat.
So is everybody
Rufus in
gonna
there.
Everybody's gonna get out of the boat until it's in the water and then go in after because Zen isn't strong
Zen's
enough.
got this with those fucking legs and those symmetrical biceps.
Right,
Pulls
yeah.
those sleeves up and just.
All right, so we're gonna
Yeah.
say you're all wet up to the knees because
Yeah.
Zen wouldn't have been able to push that boat into the water with anybody except maybe Edmund and Davos in it. I don't know. It doesn't matter. So All right, so the boat starts to trundle into the waves. Did you guys happen to? We'll say that there's 2 oars on the bottom of the boat. One of them is split a little bit along the paddle surface, but who's rowing?
I'll just row.
Who's rowing with the other row? Or
He could probably do both, I'm sure.
no, he can't do both because there are no. I don't know what the names of those things are that hold oars so that you can use 2. It's like a fulcrum. There are none of those. So
I'm
You wanna
going to turn to
Scrog,
Zen and be like, "Can you row this time? I'm a little fucked
Yeah.
up from last night. Haven't had any sleep."
Yeah.
All right, Edmund wants to keep a lookout at the around.
So Scrog and Edmund Scrog and Zen are rowing out to the boat. Scrog, unable to restrain himself, rows at full force just to be a badass. So you guys go in a couple of 360s a few times because Zen can't keep up with him. But eventually you figure out a system where Edmund bangs on the hollow body of his lute to create like a drum beat pulse, and
Nice.
Scrog and Zen kind of row to the pulse. Caleb, can you give us Edmund's little tribal chant that he's doing while he bangs on the lute?
Oh, I just got in from the Isle of Skye. I'm not very big and I'm awfully shy.
Row.
Yeah.
All right, Scrog and Zen are rowing to the beat. Edmund's singing a little sea shanty. Off you go. So you get up to the boat finally after about 5 or 10 minutes. It's slow going because the waves are strong. And once you get up to it, you assess the damage. You can see that it's a listing pretty bad. One side is like maybe 8 feet out of the water, and the other side's only like 4 feet out of the water, so you can climb right onto the boat. In that side of the boat that's sitting low, there is a hole in the hull, and you can see that it's below the water line, so there's some water in the hull, but somehow the boat isn't sinking. The sails are torn from being exposed to the wind for so long and not retracted properly, so the sails are kind of useless and tattered. You can see the bowsprit is broken off, even though it appears on the drawing there. Let's just say it's not. And the front sail, I don't know what that sail is called, is missing.
Aft.
Aft is definitely not meaning front.
No, aft is the back. What is that?
I don't know what the front sail is, but it ain't aft.
Is it stern?
So
No, that's also back.
Is it an Arctic stern?
Bow.
Arctic stern.
So Kote, Edmund said he wanted to keep a lookout. Also, when we arrive at the boat, I'm gonna also like take like a deep look at what's going on. Is there anybody on the top? Did anybody like come to the edge, or is shit weird? Like, is there any sort of sense that we're getting that's fucked?
You keep a watchful eye, and you don't see any signs that anybody's been there since you guys left.
But isn't Drow and Wilson and our other crewmates like still on the boat? Like...
You don't see them. As far as you know, they are. But you don't see them.
All right. Hello.
Okay.
Edmund's
I'm gonna say shh. I'm gonna fucking go stealth, and I'm gonna climb up the boat and just check it out.
All right. So Davos, you sneak over the edge of the gunnel. I think that's the word. And then you start to skulk around. You notice that things aren't necessarily in any worse disarray than you left them. The things that are seem to be that way because of the weather and just the tidal action. You don't notice any signs of life or any sort of disturbance on the top deck.
Okay, I am going to go back to the edge and tell them to come up quietly, and I'll help get Lunaris up on the top deck.
Okay. Well, Edmund will be stealthy as he can be.
All right, you guys all hoisting yourselves over the edge?
Yep.
I'm going to help everybody over the edge first. I'll be the last one to come up.
That's perfect, because I don't think Edmund could get up there by himself.
All right, so you all managed to clamber up without much trouble, and you find yourselves on the boat.
Well, let's get this big bird to bed and check out the other decks.
Captain's quarters?
Yeah, I think so. Had quite a few beds.
All right, just as you start to explore your options, Lunaris, you're going to go up to 1 HP. Lunaris is going to wake up while he's being carried over the edge of the boat.
Jesus!
So he's going to regain consciousness groggily.
The fuck did I click on?
He's whoever's carrying Lunaris and Lunaris. Let's just play this out. And Honky's gone. So hope. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, I don't know. I clicked on something and some fucking video game popped.
So are you carrying? You're carrying him, right?
Yeah, he's just on my fucking shoulder. I'm just up and away.
All right, so you guys should all play this out now. Lunaris wakes up on Scrog's back as you guys board the boat.
Well, I'm gonna immediately take a dagger out, put it towards Lunaris's like kidney, and be like, "Oh, so you're awake?" And I'm gonna be like, "You still fucking crazed, buddy?"
Am I able to
grappling.
respond in the
literally
state
just
that
going
I'm
to
in, or
grapple
am
him.
I in like pass out mode?
No, you're fully lucid. You feel a little groggy, but you're completely lucid.
You feel a little groggy when you're getting a hug from Scroggy.
Lunaris is kind of put his head towards Scrog's back, close his eyes, squint, and say, "What did I do?"
A lot. But it's okay. I just put you to sleep again.
Lunar says 5 more minutes and then goes back to sleep.
Yeah, I'll
Hits
put
himself
my
in the
dagger
face.
away. It seems like he's back to himself, and I'm just gonna be like, "Holy fuck, we gotta not ever wake that fucker up again."
We just need to figure out what the fuck's going on with him.
Anybody that has proficiency in Arcana, you get a slight feeling that Lunaris may have been influenced by external factors when he was going nuts, but you're not sure what. Those of you with no proficiency, you are wondering what the fuck he did.
Yeah.
Does he get a full night's rest? I'm looking at his
No.
HP there. No.
No.
Okay.
Arcana?
Well, I think honestly, this is the
He
place to
said
do it.
Arcana. Okay. Well, I'll cast Cure Wounds on him.
Yep. You guys don't need me for that. Handle it.
Arcanaut.
What? Oh, fuck it cure major wounds. We don't have that.
Zen, how many of those mendings do you have?
As many as we need.
You should mend that gigantic fucking hole in the bottom of the boat so it'll stop pouring water into our boat.
I don't think it works that way.
Yeah, the break has to be like smaller than I think it's like a square foot.
How big's a cannonball?
Oh, but you know what you can do, Scrog? Is if we need to fish water out, you could just empty the bag of holding into your inventory, open the bitch up, take a full dimension of water into it, and spew it out like a little fucking
That's
water gun.
amazing.
That is pretty genius, actually.
Davos, you are ridiculously smart. And I'm going to go ahead and dump everything out of the bag of holding and give it to Davos because Davos already has all these things in his inventory.
Yeah, that was a way to do that easily. Okay.
So what you're saying is the bag of holding is actually already empty?
It is now.
Now it is. Yeah, I just have it
now
in my
completely-
inventory.
He had him put in his inventory so he knew it was in the bag. Of
Okay, so everybody's inventory is accurate then.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Got it.
Well, we'll have to mend the hole first. Otherwise, probably going to keep coming back in, right?
I'll just put the bag of holding over the hole until we can find something
Just
to
a
fix it.
cure-all.
Oh my god. It's a good way to use it, man.
Well, first, let's find our crew, right?
Yeah, we gotta search the decks and.
I mean, technically, they have already worked their pay tenfold.
Oh yeah, but they're gonna stay with us because they're gonna make more money.
We also haven't paid them.
Right. That's another huge thing, is I still haven't paid these people.
Yeah.
Cross
So
that
the
bridge
least-
when the time comes.
So the least amount of these people that we find, the better off I am.
All right. Just as a slight retcon, I will allow you to put small characters in the bag of holding. Just for the
Yeah,
How
but-
record.
small?
The whole thing with
small?
that
Like
was
thin
that
small?
it's a separate dimension from oxygen. Remember we looked that up? You start
Yeah.
choking.
Yeah.
You will suffocate after a certain period of time if placed in the bag.
Well,
I
all
believe
right. So hear me out.
I
Hear me
know.
out. Hear me out. Okay. So I put them in the bag of the holding. All right. But then I take a piece of 10-foot reed and I shove it down in there and I leave one end out.
Yeah, that's actually amazing.
Okay. If a situation arises where you need to put someone in the bag of holding, we'll discuss it then.
Fucking Trojan horse with 5 reeds coming out of it, and then all of a sudden, oh my god! It's so good.
That would be an
Oh, yeah,
amazing
just-
way to get a stealth character in somewhere. Put them in a bag of holding and just biff it over the fence.
Yeah, chuck it over the wall.
They open it up and all of a sudden, just like Davos pops. I was like, "Bow!"
Dude, bank heist, bro.
God
Everybody
damn.
enters the safety deposit box in the bag of holding, and then blah, we're in the vault. Holy shit.
Surprise bugbear. All right.
Oh man.
Okay,
That's-
Let's get this. So I would like to, and hopefully Davos or somebody comes with me, but I'd like to start going through the captain's quarters. Let's start with that. See
Okay.
what we come across.
Yeah, I will follow as well.
Anyone who wants to search can just roll an investigation check.
Okay. Mine's gonna be huge, boys. Oh, it's not. That was
Me either.
absolute trash. Great.
Oh, there's a
That-
20.
Wow, even with a +8. Holy shit.
I win.
You do win.
All right, so you all split up, start searching different areas. So Edmund's searching the captain's quarters. Where is everyone else looking?
I will do like the common area if there is one.
I'm gonna look in the kitchen and steal myself a snack.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get the
On a boat, it's called the galley.
Galley. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Caleb, do you remember what the name of the boat map is?
Santiana, I
Okay.
believe.
Yeah, this boat map was so sick. I'm happy we're going back to it for a second here.
It's kind of a VLM though.
A what? What is that?
A very large map.
Yeah, it is, but
All right, here's the boat. See the boat?
Yeah.
I see the boat. Oh, Buford's still on it.
Hi, Beaver.
Buford's still on it?
We found him.
Where is he? I don't even see him,
I
dude.
knew
Where is he?
keeping
Where
his
is he
hand
at?
would be a great idea.
He's in the far left, in between the, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck you, Buford.
but wasn't that
You
just a
dead bitch.
shapeshifter? Like,
Yeah, it was a shapeshifter.
Okay, so here's the deal with this. The way we're going to play this is the deck that you're on has been destroyed. So you're really on the deck below it. But the
Oh,
way
so
that's... Yeah,
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
no, it's okay. The way that's going to manifest, though, and the way we're going to play it, because it doesn't make any sense to put you on deck 2 and say it looks like deck 1, is the gun deck just no longer exists. Got it?
The gun deck.
yeah, sure.
Yeah. The gun deck no longer exists because it's really the main deck now.
Okay.
But do the
main
guns
deck has
still
been
exist on
destroyed.
the deck?
The guns are still there, except they're now at the same, like they're now open air,
Okay.
right? So the gun, you know what? Let's make it this way. The main deck doesn't exist. How about that? I'm gonna put you
Okay.
all on the gun deck. The
Oh,
main
that
deck
makes
doesn't
sense.
exist, and the gun deck is now open air, and it still exists with the guns there. The life rafts that would appear on the main deck would be gone. Everything would be as you see it on the gun deck, except it would be open air. Actually, and that works perfectly because I said the bowsprits would broken off, and that doesn't appear except for on the top. So, but the fore and aft castles are still there, so you can still go into those. And we'll say the aft castle's the captain's quarters, so that's where we're going to put Edmund. And
Okay.
Lunaris, you said you were searching the common area, so I guess we'll put you down here.
now that I have the map, I'm gonna search where the elemental was.
Okay.
That's the kitchen. That's where I said I was going.
Well,
That's
you're
the
both
kitchen?
going
Well,
there.
then you guys go together.
Yeah, it says 27 is the galley.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
read numbers. All right, I'll go back here then.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I don't read
read
numbers. That was
numbers.
amazing.
I'm gonna go to the prison quarters.
Yeah, whatever happened to Ubuntu or whatever his name
Yeah,
was?
Ubuntu.
Yeah, Augie, what you're gonna do is fucking collect all the prison
this the
chains so it
prison?
doesn't look like we come in and we're
No, the
fucking
bottom
slavers.
floor there.
That's what I'm
Cote.
selling.
The bottom
Yeah,
floor.
there you go.
Yeah.
All the iron, all the chains.
Okay. And then Davos, where are you?
I was gonna go with Edmund.
Okay. It is in the captain's quarters. Cool.
Wait, let's just say for all intents and purposes, we put Lunaris in a bed right away. Like Scrog came with us and was like, "Peace, I'm gonna go check out the rest of the ship."
Yes. Yeah. Well, no, Scrog. He already had to put him in bed. He woke up.
Oh
He
yeah,
was
that's
out of
true.
court.
Okay, yeah, he's searching. Fuck, sorry, Sean. Jesus. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah,
at death's door, but for some reason he's still helping you guys search the boat. And you guys who are more, let's say anyone who has proficiency in insight, you feel as if Lunaris is trying to ingratiate himself to the group after doing the stupid thing that he did, and that he is maybe, even though he doesn't know that he did it, you guys, were pretty clear that he attacked the group and you said to put him down. And even though he's basically bleeding out, he's still helping search. So
Yeah, and the way
you
that he
feel a certain
reacted, I
amount of
already caught
loyalty
that
coming
vibe.
off of him. Yeah,
Yeah, that he was kind of sorry or ashamed.
yeah. All
So
right,
just
so we'll start
so-
in the captains. Go ahead.
I got it straight. The top of the ship is so wrecked that it's unusable, or
Yeah.
it's
The deck
Okay.
is gone. Like
is
the
there
wooden
still
deck is
like
gone.
is there still, so you said that the castle's still there, so it's like the rudder, I guess we need to investigate, but it is the steering wheel, the wheel still there?
The steering wheel.
ship's wheel? Yeah.
No, that's gone. That's on the main deck where number 12 is. That's been completely blown up. It's destroyed.
Is it though? Because that's the roof to the room me and Edmund are in, and that's the only way we would have got the boat.
Don't overthink it, guys.
Okay,
It's-
yeah.
as I
all right,
say.
Sorry, yeah.
All right. All right, yeah, so what do we find here in the
So in the captain's quarters, you first of all, when you go in there, correct me if I'm wrong, but nobody's been in here yet, right?
No, this is where we found the invisible lockbox we all died on.
Oh, that's right. That was in here. Fuck, I thought that was in the third deck. Okay, so you come in here. You see the room is vaguely as you left it, but there is a little bit. It looks like. Fuck. What did you guys roll? Edmund rolled a 4. Davos rolled a 3. The room appears exactly as you expected it to appear, and is entirely unremarkable.
Okay.
It's in the same state of disarray you expected it to be in. It's a little bit weathered because you can tell that some elements have gotten into the room, but you really
at this
don't notice
point,
anything.
I am going to specifically go into the captain's back room, and I am going to try to find any actual valuables that he may have been holding. So any drawers, those chests, if anything looks out of the ordinary with the chests, then I'm gonna fucking try to, take it easy on it, but I'd like to get those open and
Okay, so there are no actual chests in the room, but there's some chests of drawers, like that with clothing and personal articles that would be kept in. There's a shelf of books, and there's that table that you see on the upper right. But where you see pirate chests in this room is wardrobes. So
Okay.
after looking through, you find just a number of unremarkable personal items. You find some pottery items. You find some half-burnt candles. You find some kind of like tinkering projects, like half whittled seabirds and like an attempt to make jewelry out of shells and just various knickknacks. You find some old quills that don't work anymore, some crumpled up pieces of paper, coffee cups. The only thing that you find that you would imagine as having any value are the garments in the wardrobes, but they seem pretty plain and unremarkable seafaring gear. And you find some big, heavy urns in the corner that looks like they were used to hold provisions and stuff like that. They seem like they might be worth some money, but they're very heavy and bulky.
Okay, I'm going to collect some of the wardrobe material, just pick out a few pieces for my disguise kit.
Okay,
Does
right on.
Does the provisions, are they, is there provisions in, or are they empty?
No, they're just empty urns. They look like they were designed to hold things, but they're being used currently just to decorate, make the room look lavish. There's
Not
like
much here.
Yeah, it's
Like no
pretty...
captain's gold. He didn't have a little pouch sitting near the bed or under the mattress.
Nothing like that. You see some some hip waders and galoshes and various other unremarkable personal effects and professional
right now.
effects.
Like I have 10 gold. Give me fucking something.
So you can add 3 pirate outfits to your inventory.
Okay.
Actually, before you do that, let me see if they appear in the PHB as an already existing item, and if they don't, I'll just add them. So you don't have to do anything. I'll take care of it.
Okay. Good enough for me, man. That's
Yeah, there's not much here. Hopefully somebody else finds something.
All right, let's move to the next group here. Let's go down to Lunaris. So, Lunaris, you go down to the deck. Well, you can tell that this used to be the below deck where people would... It had kind of a water cooler vibe to it. You can tell before because people had some hammocks set up here to sleep, and this is where the crew used to gather. They used to eat in the back there where number 21 appears. So you're looking around here, and all you can really see is the destruction from the battle and all the debris that has rained down from the destroyed deck above this. You feel like, looking at the cannons, they might be in a state of workingness or not workingness. You can't really tell. You feel it might merit further inspection. And you see, the one thing you notice that does seem remarkable at all is that the barrels of gunpowder, the barrels of provisions, ale, and stuff like that seem mostly untouched. So it doesn't look like anyone has been living on the ship for any amount of time, necessarily. Although you guys haven't been gone that long, so you're not 100% sure whether it means anything. But you notice nothing seems to have been touched since you guys left. And we'll go straight down to Zen. Actually, we'll go to Scrog, because he rolled a worse check, I think. Did you roll an investigation, Scrog? I don't think you did.
On to the next one.
He did.
Did he?
No, he did. He
didn't. Honky.
Honky available for role-playing? We don't have that.
We don't have that.
Honky, you need to roll an investigation if you're looking around the prison.
I don't believe in this. I'm going to intimidate my way around there. How about that?
Intimidate the wall. The prison is exactly as you expected to find it. It shows signs of struggle and escape and various tomfoolery, but completely unremarkable otherwise.
All right. How much of those resources are still over there?
What resources?
XXX, water, and rum.
We're going to say that all of that stuff is as it appeared before, which is exactly as it looks there. Were you back in that room before?
Yeah, I jumped over these barrels a couple times when I was fighting that guy.
Okay, they're all full of like staple provisions like rice and flour, which you happen to know from before, despite what appears on the barrels. And yeah, they're still there.
Okay.
So Zen, in the kitchen, You don't notice much, but what you do notice right away is that, again, like everyone else saw, it is exactly as you left it. And what you manage to intuit from that is that if anyone was here after you guys, they either left very quickly or something happened to them that resulted in them not needing to sustain the basic necessities of life while on this boat. That is the major takeaway from what you see in that room.
Oh, everyone's gone. Okay, yeah. We should all meet up again. Can we all meet up again?
We'll say if you guys have done what you want to do, just agree on a meeting place now when you're finished, and we'll say you said to meet there before. I'm going to unlock tokens so you can move freely.
Do I see anything in this back room? I don't think we've ever been back in here.
You just told me you'd been back there. So you'd been back there before. You'd noticed it was all those barrels. You noticed they were really heavy before. You looked in them. You saw it was rice and flour.
I was talking about over here.
Same situation. Oh, those. Those are giant fucking. I don't remember what the proper word for those is, but we'll say they're like 12. No, it's not cask. They're like 12 feet across, and they've always been empty. But even empty, they're impossibly heavy.
Well, the one I cracked open full of water and collected it to put out the elemental.
Whatever. We'll say that happened. Yeah. Not worried about the conflict. They're either empty or they have a small amount of water in them. It's unimportant.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and then that's
so at this point is like, I'm not giving you 10 liquor stores full of rum to sell. Fuck off.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Exactly. Right? Dude,
Everybody wants
so much shit, and it's still our boat. So later on, we could maybe collect some shit like the rope and stuff later. But yeah, it's still our boat.
Gather around Edmund.
Or should we? Did Zen get a chance to find out what was going on?
Yeah,
it was brief.
I was
but
the one that
it was
found
important.
out that like if like everybody's gone, but they left in a hurry, or some other weird thing. Yeah, so like something spooked them, and they were just like, "Time to go."
Well, I don't think we can move the ship in this state, especially by ourselves.
I beg to differ.
I think I need a hand. For some reason, I can't figure out how to DM players. Either of you guys know how to do that?
What is that?
Yeah.
Like direct message player.
There is a way.
Speaker. I can change speaker identity and I can change language.
It might be like an at command.
Okay, here, hang on. /help. There it is.
And then once we get DM'd, we'll have to figure out how to enter that.
It's /R, I think. Oh, /W character name message. It'd be /W Lunaris GM.
Oh, God, that's so much work.
But you can't right-click like a name and do that.
FG,
you could also
GM
direct
player.
message them.
No, Kote. So right-click on our profile picture up on the top left and whisper.
Oh, fuck, you're a genius, Ben.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Right-clicking, God, man. I just go around right-clicking shit. That's it.
All right, cool. So you all meet up and you're discussing this. I just wanted to know that in case I want to feed you some info.
Okay, I'm going to say I beg to differ, and I am going to say I'm going to start patching the biggest hole in the bottom, and I'm going to whip my crowbar out, and I'm going to peel some fucking wood off of, like, a railing or anything that's thick enough to support the outside of the boat, collect up some material, and be like, I think that's the first thing we should do.
Okay, well, while you're working on that, so I think I'll have another look around and see if I can see perhaps where they went. We had the only boat, didn't we? I guess they could have swam to shore.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not direct messaging someone.
Yeah, I am.
No, definitely no typing going on in the background now.
So you've been keeping notes the whole time you've been walking around about whether there's any signs of life, and all of you have come to the exact same conclusion, which is that there's no evidence that anybody tried to survive here for any amount of time after you left.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna immediately curse fucking Drown Wilson, be like, this guy's never any fucking help. And yeah, I'm gonna be like, when I find that guy, oh, this next conversation.
okay. Can Edmund cast fly on himself and fly directly up to get a kind of a better lay of the land around and see how well the boat is hidden in the cove it's in?
Oh, absolutely. Yep. Cast the spell, describe the casting of the spell, and then go for a fucking ride.
He just does like an inve lick on his loot and then flies directly up very fast to a height of about 300-400 feet. Or if that doesn't seem enough, he'll keep going until he's worried he might get spotted from Cairmorn or something.
All right, off you go. You notice that the wind is blowing really hard and it's whipping some sea spray into your mouth, and it's kind of gross. It gives you a flashback of when you were on the ocean on your way back here, and you think about Buford and that time you played a duet together on the dulcimer and the lute. And think of better times. So you get up there and you check the lay of the boat. Just roll. You need to roll something for this. Just roll an intelligence check. Spot doesn't make sense, and investigation doesn't make sense. Just gonna be rough. All right, so you can see that the boat is on an angle because it's run aground on some rock outcropping that's coming out of the sea floor. That's the main thing that you notice. And let me just take a look at this map. You also notice that the rigging is tangled and will probably need the attention of an expert, or at least somebody who knows rigging to some degree.
And the sails are gone.
Yeah, you guys have all noticed that the sails have been shredded.
Is the tide high or low? Do I know?
You look at the when you guys were launching the boat, you notice that it's relatively high right now because the rock that busted the bottom of the dinghy was submerged when you pushed off. So fairly high at the moment.
And what about...
But being a smart guy, you notice that it could probably go higher than this because it's also leaning on the rock.
Okay. And what about in terms of how hidden this place seems to be?
Very hidden.
Very hidden. Okay. Well, I'm up here. Do I see any like indication where a mass exodus of people might have left the boat?
Nope.
Yep. All right. Return to everybody else and fill them in on what I saw. And I don't know if we can get this boat out of here, gentlemen. We may have to leave it and get perhaps pay some people to come back and do repairs to it. And regardless, it doesn't look like it's going anywhere anytime soon.
I DM'd you all your observations about the seaworthiness of the boat.
Yeah, so I'm going to again be like,
actually, I gotta do Lunaris.
We should do what we can for right now, and then I'm just gonna, instead of saying it all again about the bag of holding and how Honky can fucking do what he can do there, but I've gathered up that wood the whole time we were kind of talking because I'm getting frantic about it, and pulled off a bunch of wood, and I'm like, who else can come fucking patch this thing up any way we can?
I'm going to be scooping water, so... Does the bag of holding gain weight when doing these things? Right,
Scrog,
so
you've noticed after going down to the hold that until the holes in the boat are fixed, there's really no sense in scooping water. You all know that because the boat is leaning on an angle, that it's run aground at some capacity, and Edmund has just told you. So you're pretty sure that scooping water is a future task.
Am I aware at what time high tide is?
No.
I say we drop anchor.
Well, looks like we already did there, bye.
Well, in case
Drop
the
anchor.
tide comes up, and then we stay here, get a full night's rest in at least, and maybe gather ourselves and go into town tomorrow to figure out what we can do.
This boat has been sitting here for a day and a half and is 8 feet in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we need to patch these holes before we do anything.
I don't know how to patch the holes. I don't know if we can. I mean, I'm
Actually,
down to help
sir,
if you can.
It looks.
you are quite boat savvy because you are an original member of the cast.
Yeah. Well, I'll take point on it because I
you
started.
and Davos are the only 3 that are guaranteed to have boat proficiency.
Yeah, and also I, like started this whole task, but it's also what was I gonna fucking say there? Oh yeah, I'm a swashbuckler rogue, so you know,
Okay,
on
well.
top of the boat proficiency, I guess I have just a little bit more of a talent of fucking doing some seafaring kind of shit.
How about this then? Let's over the next 24 hours or so, let's sleep in shifts and see what we can do to repair the boat. You see, Edmund doesn't feel confident that we can get the boat repaired, but and he's got bags under his eyes.
Yeah. I mean, if we can repair it enough to get it a little closer to the town, like I think based off the damage on this, I think a shipwright
We
might
can
be the way
probably get there with the damage that we have on the boat now. It's
But
only
it's
a couple
touching
hundred
ground.
yards.
Yeah, like at this point, I think the only option that we have though is the shipwrights that Fisker was talking
Can
about.
you
There's-
put
But-
levitate, Edmund? Can you put levitate on the part of the boat that's touching? the ground?
Oh, I forgot to mention one thing. All of you, first of all, noticed that there is no more steering wheel, so that's going to be a problem. Scrog, when you went down to the hold, and just for fun, let's say Zen too, you both noticed that the rudder is just completely gone. Like it glanced off of a rock at some point, and it's literally detached from the ship.
We gotta find
Oh,
a level
yeah.
20 wizard with mending.
So, but there's no sails, so there's no way to move it. There's no rudder. There's no way to steer it, and it's way too big for any amount of people to move with paddles.
Okay, I am seeing a good point from everybody here, and I am gonna say if you want to sleep now, you can. If you're too tired to work on it right now, go get your full rest. I'm gonna work with Scrog on repairs. If anyone wants to come, they can. All we need to do is get holes patched up on the lowest level, get the water out to get the point of the buoyancy back up where it's not touching ground. We can drop anchor like
Lunaris is just going to be like, I feel like this boat might be too much work for us to fix alone. Perhaps after rest, I might go in and see if I can find somebody to help us fix this boat.
Edmund audibly groans. Okay, well, I guess let's stick with that then. I'll take first rest if you guys are okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine with them.
Right on. Rest away. So you're gonna do 24 hours total?
That was my plan, but it can be changed. I mean, if Davos and Scrog start working on it and they feel
I just had like a full on fucking like power outage there, so I'll be on in a second, but I'm on my phone, so.
Holy
Okay.
fuck, eh?
That's rare for
Okay.
Alberta.
Super rare. I don't know what the fuck just happened.
Somebody must have hit a
Let's
pole.
take a 5. Yeah, really. No
well, I
shit.
can just listen. Just keep going with the idea there.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, I guess Edmund will find a comfortable place to sleep, perhaps back in the captain's cabin. And if Davos and Scrog work at it long enough and they can't get it fixed, then we'll know at that point, right?
Yeah,
Well,
there's 2
they're pretty-
beds in the captain's cabin. They look pretty comfortable, so
They're pretty gung ho, and I don't know how to. Like, maybe they can do it, but I don't. It doesn't seem fixable to me, at least not by ourselves. But yeah, Edmund will go curl up
Alright.
and just try and sleep.
Yep, you notice the room is well kitted out for day sleep. It seems to be something that's happened in this boat a lot in the past. The curtains are nice and dark, and the bed is comfortable and clean. You have a stupefyingly good sleep.
Yeah. If nobody wakes me up, I'll do the full 8 hours, and then I'll wake up and put eye cream on.
Excellent. Yeah. Sure you wax those fucking lute strings.
Okay,
Alright,
I am
everybody's
back
gonna do your
in the
sleeping.
server.
Awesome. That was quick. Alright, so everybody do your sleeping. You don't have to do anything other than just take a long rest, or I'll just give you a long rest.
I think you got it.
So who is sleeping?
Whoops. All of you. I'm
The
not
other
gonna fuck
3?
with anybody's sleep, so...
Well, we said we do 24 hours, so you and Scrog can
Okay.
start working on your thing, and then wake us up or whatever if anything doesn't. If nothing changes, Edmund's taking a full 8 hour rest.
Do we still get a chance to do some crafting at rest time? Or is that kind of out of the question at the moment?
Right now, you guys are kind of actively involved in another activity, so not currently when you're sleeping on this boat in shifts. You're too preoccupied right now to do that.
Gotcha.
So we'll pass 24 hours. We'll see you guys have all slept. Davos and Scrog have tried to fix the boat. Lunaris and Edmund, what have you guys spent your downtime doing?
Well, I think just passing by after his rest, Lunaris walks by Edmund's room, kind of gives a slight knock on the door.
You guys play it out.
Yeah, well, come in.
So you kind of see the door kind of squintily, kind of like in small little nudges open up, and you can kind of see Lunaris's sheepish face around the door. He enters in and says, I believe I owe everybody an apology, and since you're the first one awake, I'm not used to this. I just wanted to say I'm sorry for the trouble I've caused. What happened?
Well, you were particularly well.
That roots it every time.
To be frank, you lost your mind and tried to kill all of us. I mean, you didn't have a chance, obviously, but
Lunaris kind of like is like looking like a sour fucking face, like sad child at this moment, like on the verge of crying at any second.
I think, friend, you have some demons inside of you that you may need to work out. What happened to you anyway?
I'm not sure. It is a curse to walk this land with no memories. But Mother always said, it is a test of character to see where you're going when you don't know the path you're walking.
Do you have any idea of where you may go to find answers? Or what you may do? Perhaps a more powerful cleric than yourself could help restore the memories.
It is possible. Mother said to take heed when introducing yourself to new people. I'm not exactly welcome anywhere I go. And you kind of just see him kind of flex his wings, and you see like little spitlets of blood drop from his wings. But
right, you are quite haunting.
Yeah, yeah. But I feel as though I've insulted most of you, but I have this as a peace offering. And you kind of see Lunaris reach into his back pocket, and he extends a small piece of what looks to be driftwood that has circles and spires on it, and he hands it to you.
Oh.
Honky, turn that off.
Sorry. My wife's an enemy.
Thank you very much. You see Edmund kind of set it on the table beside the bed that he's kind of commandeered. It's quite nice. So we'll just make sure that you get a full night's sleep from now on, right?
Yes, rat sandwiches and sleep. That's the norm for me.
Right. Well, don't beat yourself up too much. Perhaps we get a chance. We can inquire about after a cleric to see what they can do to
Right
help
on.
with this. And he'll kind of move his hand around in
A circular motion. So go
in
ahead.
like a diva fashion.
Gotcha. So go ahead and add a wand of magic missile into your inventory.
What?
I guess you're about to remove it from yours?
Yeah.
Alrighty, no problems.
It was something I picked up off the dead body of the ones that were after you.
That's fantastic.
Alright, so we're going to take for granted...
Do I get an idea?
Sorry, go ahead.
It is? Do I get an idea of what it is?
What, the magic missile wand?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. You know what it is.
Oh, perfect.
Again, apologies for anything that may have happened. I wish... It's just this group has been the only one that's given me the time of day in so long. I just appreciate it, and you can kind of see him kind of like just start to back out, bowing backwards as to not maintain eye contact with you.
So we're going to take for granted, without playing it through, that all of you are aware that Lunaris is not going to go crazy again, and all of you are aware that he is now suffering from 2 exhaustion levels, because he had 3, and he took a long rest. And if this ever happens again, he will go back to exhaustion 3.
Okay.
Yeah, you all feel pretty bad for him, despite
Did you
the
say
fact
we were
that
taking a 24-hour rest?
Yeah,
Or 24-hour time period?
Yeah.
I'm going to try to convince Lunaris to go to sleep.
Can you
for the rest of it?
like here's a Snickers bar. Can you like go lay down? Like
Right, like here you go. Go away.
Cote, does the wand function exactly as the description says?
Yeah, I can't think of any reason why it wouldn't.
Unfortunately, there's a rule that says you can only take one long rest in a 24-hour period.
No.
Well, what I was going to say, because you started your 24-hour long rest in the morning, and that's kind of inconvenient. Wait, is it? Smoke too many joints. No, it's not inconvenient at all. Never mind. I was going to say, even though you're going to get 24 hours worth of rest, I'll let you decide what time it's going to be when you come out of the boat. We'll just say it's that time.
let's say around after lunch.
Okay.
All right, so you're all
can
free
I just
to...
grab a map push? Because I came back in. That's
Yep.
all I need.
I'm going to need a fucking smoke push here, so how about we take a minute?
Sure.
Okay, cool. I won't be long.
Prefix and welcome to the Caspian Sea. Have you ever asked yourself, how does Batman choose a suit before every outing? I believe he points at one, says that one, and then he fucks. If you've ever asked yourself that question, I believe you will enjoy Caspian Sea Season 3. With the soothsayer defeated and Edmund's mind returned, the party find themselves walking the streets of Kaer Morhen. While the party, still high on the hard-fought victory, realize that Kaer Morhen isn't what it used to be. Kaer Morhen almost seems to be in pain, weeping salty tears across the landscape of broken windows and shell holes present in most structures across the land. Davos quickly realizes that not only Locke but some of the other citizens have quite the issue, with the party deserting Kaer Morhen in a moment of need. And with no familiar faces or allies to rely on, our heroes try to find out what's going on. I'm gonna grab onto him and we're gonna float down to the beach, and I'm gonna build a sandcastle for Umbreon. You're gonna help me.
Okay, that's pretty sick.
Well, if I can move underneath the overhang and still keep an eye on Davos, I'll do that.
Zen's goal of walking in here was to try and like ask people, you know, like, hey, I've heard this town was supposed to be a nice bustling hotspot that was like starting to, you know, actually make a name for itself, and everything here seems really downtrodden and poor. What's been going on in the town? Like, this is not what stories of Kaer Morhen outside of here have been.
Orc traveler come from away on a ship.
I'm going to grab his finger and slowly pull it back down to where it should be.
What is that on your back? He points to your weapon.
That's my protection, just in case the merchant ships that I travel with happen to come into trouble.
We'll stand there and just look at her and say, I really am so sorry. Things have changed. Things have happened to me that I never thought would. And whatever you need, we can make happen. You've done whatever you can for this town, and whatever you want for me to be gone or us to not be involved, anything you want you can have. We just want to make things right. We had to leave to make things right in Tatooine, and we want to make things right here again.
Turns to you and tries to start listening. She tries to open her eyes, but she can't because she's crying too hard. And then she falls onto you and starts kind of crying into your collarbone area, and she's just hysterical. And then time she's doing that, she starts kind of like punching you a little bit with hatred on the front of the shoulder, like she's kind of holding you in spite of herself.
So guys, if you like what you see and you want to see more, please check us out on D20 Tactics. It's a YouTube page that's up for everybody, young and old, for D&D players and non-D&D players alike. If you're interested in our Discord, we have that as well. Feel free on coming in. We do kind of Q&As and chatting afterwards in our own special private Discord server where everybody is welcome. And if you guys want to see more, make sure to check out our live streams. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy Caspian Sea Season 3.
Generally not well.
Skrull's gonna come up covered in water, you know, pissed off. There's nothing we can do to this boat. There's nothing I can do to stop the water coming in. There's nothing I can do to fix the hull. I don't have the fucking resources. I don't have the manpower. Like, we have to get this. This boat's just gonna have to stay here until we can get it fixed.
It's highly unfortunate. Is there anything we can do to hide the boat? I mean, it looked pretty well hidden here, at least, whenever I flew up in the sky. The cove doesn't look to be well used.
What do you expect me to do, Edmund? Put a fucking tarp over it?
Do you have one?
While you guys were coming in to Kaer Morhen, you noticed a lot of shipwrecks, and internally you realized that your shipwreck may not be particularly noteworthy.
Okay.
Oh.
So while you were gone, Cote, I was just basically saying how I used my 18 hours. So we figured that Zen, me, and Scrog worked on the ship for a good shift of 8 or 10 hours, tried to patch and get water out of it. The other two slept for their 8 hours, and then after that, we slept for our 8 and then my 4. And then I said in my other 4 hours, as being an elf, I tried to tinker around with like metals and nails that I could take out and tried to like patch it a little bit better. And did we manage with the bag of holding and getting water out of the hull? Did we manage to get it off ground level?
Managed to what you both found is that even if you could dedicate the time to physically getting the right size boards to patch up the holes and everything like that, you can't you neither of you seem to have the skills to make a seaworthy patch. You're covering the holes, but then like shit's coming in and you're just like, well, how do we fill the spaces between the boards? Oh, well, maybe we could use mud. And you tried putting mud in there and the water just washed it through, and you tried a whole bunch of different shit, and you're just like, we don't know how boat hulls are built. Like, we can put the boards in place, but we can't stop the water from coming in. And you both are just confused and suffering from a crisis of confidence that you're in over your head.
Well, I'm going to turn to the other two guys and just say, we fucking tried. And I'm going to say, let's sleep and get the fuck out of here, figure this out, get some people here, I guess. I'm going to turn to Scrog and be like, we need to bring them here.
Yeah, we need to bring a shipwright and his people to our ship.
Cote, we got a
Okay.
little bit of feedback coming from your mic there.
Oh, sorry, that's my fan. I'll turn it off. Actually, I'll mute it until I turn the fan off. There we go.
So I do one other point of order here. Lunaris was kind enough to give me this rather fantastic magic item, but it may be best suited for one of the other characters, one of you all. Who has the hardest time fighting at range? Looking specifically between Scrog and Davos.
We're both like, he goes in there. We both have to go in there. Like, it's really.
Well, you know, if you give
I
that to
had-
Davos, he's just gonna stick it in someone's throat and discharge it.
Oh my god. I don't know. Does it help you though? Because you cast all these spells, but is there any way you can cast like a cantrip and use that as an attack? Like, that might help you.
Well, so here's how it works. If you use it in this certain manner, almost like a one-off. Once per day, you point this at what you want to kill from what's the range here?
What X range?
Just make sure. Yeah, I might as well attune to that other one too. Fuck it.
This doesn't require attunement, so anybody can use it. And I don't see it when I have it equipped. Okay. Not sure on the range. I think it's 30 feet. Anyway, I'll find it. But it has 7 charges, but it never, as long as you don't use the last charge, it will always be good to go. But the trick with these is to use all 6 charges at once and do a very large blast attack at one enemy. And the nice thing is, and I'll look specifically at Davos and say, they can't miss.
Oh. One question: if you don't use the last charge, will it like regain charges, or is it like once it's used, it's gone?
Yeah, after a sunrise, the charges return.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if you guys agree, but that could be pretty disgusting for me. Because I'm not a magic style road, but if I have another spell, it'd be nice. Because I have a few little spells that I have, but that would be pretty good.
I don't have any spells at all.
Either
Or
one.
does somebody else want it? Like Zen, do you want it? Would that be good for you?
I don't think so. I'm thinking it would be one of you two. We don't have any magic, and your range is a little weak compared to the rest of us.
Yeah, because I could use that burst and then go stealth and go in.
There you go.
All right.
Mm. It's not very stealthy. I will say that.
Yeah, but afterward, I could go stealth, you know, and like hide, like literally hide, bonus action, get back into the fray afterward.
Well,
But yeah, I'll take it. I think that's actually pretty sick.
All right, add. So go into items, search wand of magic missiles, or just type wand. It's one of the first ones there, and drag the shield into your thing. And I'm looking up the spell for it now.
Did we ever figure out what the licking wand did?
Nope. Somebody crying?
No.
This
Sounded
internal
weird.
Mute.
Right, like I thought I muted it. Damn, my bad.
A boo hoo hoo. At higher levels, we cast a spell using second slot. Range 120 feet, so very range. Duration instantaneous. You create 3 glowing darts of magical force. Each dart hits a creature of your choice that you can see within range. Each dart deals 1d4 plus 1 force damage and to its target, and the darts all strike simultaneously. You can direct them to hit one creature or several, and they just hit. They just do 1d4 damage. No roll, no nothing.
Oh, and
So-
you can separate it too.
Yeah.
So you're
And then at higher
basic.
level,
You're the
use 6
spellcaster from Elden Ring now. You got those fucking magic darts. Just ba-da-da-da-da-da.
That's pretty
because-
disgusting.
it's not crazy. Oh, the wand regains 1d6 plus 1 charges daily at dawn. So you got to roll for it to see how much it
How many charges you get back?
yeah. But if you used it at say 6 because it has 7 charges,
Yeah.
then at higher levels when you cast a spell slot 2 or higher, the spell creates 1 more dart for each level. So if you cast it at 6, it would create
5 new darts.
5 new darts, so a total of 9 darts.
Oh,
8
wait,
darts.
I don't.
8 darts.
Do I get leveled up spell slots?
It doesn't matter. It's just how the wand works.
Okay, but wouldn't that be better for someone who has higher level spell
No,
slots?
it
It's
doesn't.
the
use
same
your
for
spell
everybody. It's like
Okay.
literally the mage imbued it with a spell and it's casting the spell for you.
Yeah, it's like the wand has spell slots. They call them charges, right?
Okay.
But you can just like blow your load on one big one and just deal out 9d4 plus 1 damage. 9d4 plus 9 damage.
Yeah, that's
Or
huge.
8d4
Imagine
plus
if-
9 damage.
Imagine if 4 of your friends were getting hanged for murder and you just went magic missile and shot all the ropes at the same time.
Yeah, what's cool too is later when I get that thing where I can't roll under a 10, every time I recharge it, I'll always recharge like everything.
I don't think it works that way, but
Well, what's the roll to recharge again?
1d6.
plus 1. It's just a regular roll. It's
Oh,
not-
yeah, because
not
it's
like
not a
my
d20,
tracker.
yeah.
And that's only you only get it becomes a 10 on things that you are proficient in.
But regardless, take
Oh,
it, I'll
okay.
remove it. Did you have it in your inventory? I'll remove it.
Yeah, I have it in the inventory. I don't know how to get it in actions, but we know what it does, right?
Yeah, I don't know how to get into actions either. But you can open up Wand of Magic Missiles in the items.
And then just
thing
read it, yeah.
All right, advancing
then
the
also
story.
the
We now
spell,
have that.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, everybody's had their rests, right?
I think we're heading back to Kaer Morhen.
Everybody's refreshed and boned up. It's whatever time of day you want it to be. Do as you will.
Time of the day that I'm gonna catch a fucking fish.
For fuck's
Okay,
sakes,
during
Frog.
those 4 hours, Kote, I'm gonna say Davos took to one of the desks in the sleeping quarters and opened his forgery kit and started forging the documents for everybody, and also a ledger of our past ledger of our fake merchant boat, and that
Okay.
will explain to them that we took this one after.
Edmund will try and help if he can.
Oh.
So should I roll for that to like see how fucking
I'll get back to you.
yeah?
Besides that, I guess we go back to the town.
This is where Scrog was going. Man, I lost my token.
We should probably find somewhere to get some food too. We haven't eaten yet this morning.
Ah, there's all kinds of food in the fucking bottom of the ship there. We should probably load our pockets up with that. Possibly load the bag of holding as much of that as we can.
Smeagol can't eat people food.
It's a whole bunch of wheat.
Exactly.
I'm sure you can eat that.
I need
He
rats.
just hacking it, just
All right.
hacking at it. Like a fucking chicken.
Yeah, we'll wait for Cote on that.
All right, you're not going to make a check. But the difficulty someone has in determining that your document is a forgery will be directly determined by what your skill was when you made it. So, in your inventory, I want you to add 2 things. One is a forgery kit.
I have
which I'm
one.
just going to give you. Oh, I thought you didn't have one. Okay, I was just going to give it to
Yeah.
you, so good. Okay, so describe to me what exactly you're forging.
Okay, I am copying license for Prestige Worldwide with each of our names on it. And just a detail of what job we have within Prestige Worldwide, our name, and just like
Okay,
basically a business number that we each
fictional
have.
company
like, just
ID. All right, cool.
And then some fake bulk documents and stuff like that.
All right, I need everybody to add to their inventory. What was the business called?
Prestige Worldwide.
All right, put Prestige Worldwide fake ID.
Already did. Haha, it's already there.
What's everybody's PB? Everyone's gonna have the same PB. Or actually, no, they won't. What's Davos? What's your PB?
Everybody should have the same PB. We're all the same level.
I
What
didn't
does
know
that
if
mean?
cross-classing fucked it up.
What's-
Proficiency
what's-
bonus.
Oh, it's global, isn't it?
Okay.
Isn't
I don't know.
PB
Just,
global?
just gonna ask.
I think
Rod.
so.
I'll just check it. It's plus
Where
3.
do you even find that?
It's the main page of your character sheet, top right corner. So,
Oh, 3 plus 3.
yep. So that's 3 plus 5 is 8. Aren't I smart? 19, 11, 12, 13. So everybody, when you add that thing to your inventory, it's going to be fake ID, and in brackets at the end, please put DC 16.
Nice. Good thinking ahead. I want mine to say Chief Operations Officer.
Yeah, I don't care what it says, honestly, as long as you
I
can
know
find
you
it when I
don't.
ask you to find it.
For me.
All I need is that you can, when I ask you to find it, you find it, and it says DC 16. That's all I need.
It's not for you.
I'm putting it in my inventory as PWW fake ID.
I'm okay with all these things.
But also, just for roleplay purposes, if you do have a designated role, like you're saying, Edmund, that's perfect. Because that's who you'll be, so that we both don't say we're the same fucking part of this company. You know what I mean? Like, we could trip and stumble on that. So
Chief Financial Advisor.
there we go.
Poor
All right, so
Jester.
you're all gonna hop in the rowboat and head back.
Here.
All right, so we'll make short work of that. You all hop back into the rowboat. You row back. It's not a big deal. You make sure to tie the boat up nice and far up on the beach this time, so it doesn't make another hole in the bottom. And then we'll get you back to Kaer Morhen, and we'll say on your way back to Kaer Morhen, it's there's been a really big rainstorm lately, right? And this morning when you saw the sunrise, when you saw the sunrise after Fisker left, it was the first clear day in a while, and now is another clear day. And there's all sorts of like spring noises in the air. It's pretty nice. Birds chirping and shit. Let's get that map open. On the way back to Kaer Morhen, you see a couple of peasant wives walking with their young children. Some of them were walking pets. most of them kind of looked at you, kind of politely, but with an air of deference. One particularly interesting young group of people was an elf lady who was walking like 7 children, and the children screamed and kind of cowered away from Scrog, and the lady apologized profusely and went on with her day. But overall, pretty uneventful walk back. You didn't see any guards, but lots of people saw you and didn't make a big deal out of it. If I could just find the fucking map.
I'm gonna fucking. I had an idea here, just a little ding. When we get close to the village, I want to go back into that shrubbery and call everybody in. And I'm gonna say, it seems to me people are just noticing what we travel in our gear. We should take off our clothing to a minimal, our armor to a minimal degree, and keep like a small hidden sidearm on us if we can, so that we look more like merchantmen.
Sure.
I mean, the thing is, we're traveling merchants, right? Like, we got attacked. Attacking merchant ships isn't very uncommon. So having like armor and weapons and stuff, I think, is a pretty normal,
Right, somebody like me on the boat is not a bad idea, nor is it uncommon.
right? Like, we would have like mercenaries and stuff, and like, or like some sort of something to protect our loot or whatever it is that we're transporting. So I think us having armor and weapons isn't
Too far out of.
All right,
Yeah,
in you go.
Okay, well, yeah, I kind of agree, but I also, if like we have chief financial officer and those kind of things, we wouldn't be like fully decked out ourselves. Like we would still have, that's why I was saying to a more minimal degree, right? Not as fucking decked out as we are. But I don't know. What do you guys all think? Then we can just move on.
I'm thinking like leftovers from yesterday's feast night might still be there.
I'm thinking Arby's.
We'll say yous are smart enough to come in on the far right so that the guards don't see you.
Okay, I'm gonna say I got persuaded by Zen, and I was the one who asked him to take point on this idea, so I'm gonna listen to him and go with the group here.
I think showing up with no equipment is almost more weird.
Agreed.
Yeah.
We're traveling merchants, like we know that there's pirates. Like we're not new guys. We have a warship.
Yeah.
Like we're like, hey man, like we don't have armor or anything. Will you come here and look at this ship? It's got 87 fucking cannons on it, Davos.
Yeah, and how did you guys get this ship? We're like, well, all the people died, all of our deckhands, they fought for us, and we cowered in the captain's quarters, and that no.
Well, let's.
I still say we're overthinking this. Hey,
No,
how
yeah,
you
it's all
doing?
good.
We have the money to fix this ship that is shipwrecked outside here. We can we found a whole bunch of food on there. We could maybe trade this food here at Karamoran and the money that we have for you guys to make this a floating working ship again.
Sure.
Well, let's find a boat.
Well, let's do
right?
that. I like that.
This is why Scrog's been sitting here back. Like, this is why I told you 25 minutes ago. That's like, you're like, hey, you guys are like totally overthinking this entire fucking process. Nobody here knows who we are. We're not wanted in any situation. We have all of this extra food. This place is starving. They look at us like we're gods when we fucking pull out money to pay for our fucking tabs. Hey, here's everything that you fucking need. Do what I need.
Okay, and I know Scrog's already annoyed at Davos, so I'm gonna playfully fucking jump on his back, be like, whisper in his ear, "You're right," and I'm gonna smack his fucking left leg and fucking be like, "Giddy up!"
Aren't we on a boat?
You
Can
guys
I throw
have made
Davos
it.
off the boat?
No, we're on the edge of town.
Am I the
You-
only
you-
one paying attention here?
You guys should
We're
have the
not on the boat.
Karamoran map up.
Yeah, we couldn't take the boat. The boat wouldn't move.
Well,
Well-
let's go find the shipwright then.
Yeah, and I'm taking a piggyback ride, so too bad.
I'm gonna give them a wide berth.
All right. You notice that? Where are you? Move your tokens.
All right, this is because we came right down the beach side. That's fine.
Or
So
wait.
Edmund is wanting to walk. Wait, who's that?
Whoa.
What the
maybe,
fuck?
maybe we'll go. Maybe we go right on the docks that way.
That's where Scrog wants to go. Scrog's just gonna walk right down the docks. I know what my plan is.
I'll just follow Scrog.
Yeah, I'll follow Scrog and Zen. And you guys take it.
Okay. What is that?
do.
So you trundle down the.
That's perfect, though.
That is the best.
Okay. Bust up some walls here.
It feels like something like the Wizard of Oz or something, right?
Only had a brain.
I would like to be examining these buildings along the pass by as well to see if I can identify some shit.
Farthing. That's an awesome name for a shop.
Thanks. So you're checking out the buildings as you walk by. The first one you notice is like been turned into a bait shed. It's kind of bombed out like the other buildings. The windows don't have any glass in them, and there's no door on it. It looks like it used to be a house, but it's just used to hold seafaring things, fishing items and such. The second house,
make a mental note of that building.
Okay. You make a mental note of it. The second building you walk by is a little bit different. This one is a little bit like Hackmeat's. The walls have kind of been taken off, and but the roof is still mostly intact. And you just notice a lot of stains on the floor, and yeah, you all pretty much are able to intuit that this is sometimes used for fishmongers to sell their fish at. They set up their little stand here, and maybe they butcher their fish, and you can tell it's kind of just a common area.
Copy.
And then as you continue down, you come across this little shop here. I forgot how to move everyone at once, but it was really funny when it worked. There it goes.
We're off to see the wizard.
Aren't you? Edmund's token just looks like it would be in the Wizard of Oz too.
As a good guy, as the good guy. Everybody else looks like we work for everybody else, though.
He'd be the one skipping ahead of the party, fucking playing the theme music.
We even got the flying monkey.
Oh my god! Wow.
So as you round the corner to this shop, you come around the front and you see a human male, and he's sitting on a stool in front, and he's got a piece of grass in his mouth, and he's whittling something out of, you're not sure what it was, but it looks like some kind of ocean rock that's soft. He's carving something out of it. He's kind of got the stool leaned back up against the front of the building, and he's kind of just chilling. Apart from that, this is the first building that you come across that you notice that there are people near. And there's just a couple of people standing on the boardwalk. Some of them are looking out at the sunrise. Some of the other ones are just walking out of the establishment. You notice that there is a door right where you guys are standing, and that's the door that people are using. But it looks like it's a makeshift door that was hacked into the back of the building. And you guys recall from your previous times in Kaer Morhen that this building used to be entered from the front.
Didn't this used to be Locke's house?
Or the other one was, I can't remember.
If it was, we'll say Locke's house was a different one. It was intended to be an unremarkable building. I think we attacked a wizard standing in this building at some point, and Caelan's part of it. I don't remember.
Do we have the understanding of what this building is, like from shop sign and shit? Like, do we know what it is?
You see
bicycles.
I'd like to get to Route 14.
They might, being a fanciful fuck, but no one else gets the reference. So you see the sign that says the name of the store on it. This big piece of driftwood, and it looks like the name was kind of burned into the driftwood, and the driftwood is just kind of nailed to the side of the building. It's all very ramshackle. all very cheap looking. You notice that the inside of the building is pretty dark compared to the outside, and you can't see in so well.
Well, Edmund's just gonna do a 90 and just walk right into the building when he passes by. Like, ooh, what's this?
Okay.
Lunaris is going to walk in behind him and go, honk, trade? Honk.
I was like, who
Oh.
the fuck just texted me? It's Caleb. He texted me fucking...
Uh,
Bitch, I texted you before you got here.
So me being a dark elf, I'm getting sunburn out here. I'm fucking nearly blind, so I'm gonna go in the dark building as well and fucking take shelter.
Is everybody going in, or what's the...
Well, I am. I know that. I want to trade. First
I
time
will
in ages.
let them continue on to their trading thing. I'm on my mission to go get a boat that's worthy to go out to the sea.
All right, so Scrog is not going in. Anyone else not going in?
I'll
just
go
wanna-
with Frog. Like, we need to get the shipwright thing figured out.
You're going to go
That's
with
true.
Scrog. Okay.
I just want to see some of the content Cote made.
I'm
there's-
struggling with the sun in
Like-
my eyes.
The thing is, I figure if we can get the shipwrights working on the boat, yeah, it's going to take a long time to fix.
Yeah,
that
it's
boat.
going to take weeks to fix that fucking
So
boat.
we get them to at least work on it, and then we can wander around the town while they're fixing it.
Well, Edmund can't see a shop called the Penny Farthing and not go in. So-
And then I'm gonna turn to Zen and Scrog and say, "Do you really think that fucking flying monkey and me and Edmund are gonna be much help with the fucking lies and the shit you're about to tell them?" And I'm gonna be like, "I think you guys got this covered."
And I'm going to say, do you think getting distracted by every single building is going to help either?
I'm going to wave everybody else into the building and just motion for Zen to come with me.
Okay.
Like, this is
Let's
just...
go.
Okay, well, I want to do, if you're okay with it, a persuasion versus intimidation roll, and I will go with whatever fucking happens. I want to do it.
Do it.
You don't want to do this.
I do. You and me have the similar but opposite skills. Let's do it.
Okay. It's 26.
Ooh, fuck, yours is so high. Okay, I go with Scrog.
Yeah. Don't worry, it might be best not to show all our faces anyhow. I'll catch up with you.
Davos, you're fucking blind out here. Just go into the building.
That's why I'm fucking holding on to you, and I'm still on your back this whole time. I've been on your fucking back the whole time.
I feel like he's intimidating you to go in the building, and you wanted to roll for it.
Oh, are you
so-
telling me to fuck off?
Yeah, I'm telling you to go into the building, you blind bastard. You are of no help right now.
Oh, okay. And then I'm just gonna fucking waddle in. And then I'll turn back to Zen for the last time and be like, "You guys got this," and then just walk in. Bye.
Yeah, why would you want your rogue in negotiations? I don't see any point.
They already have the forward shit. They can deal with the conversation.
All right, who's going first, Cote?
Let the main group go.
I'm trying to figure out how to get you this fucking image. Just a minute.
I think you guys should find the boat right first, and then we do our little side bullshit.
I mean, we would be coming back into the exact same building that you were in. Like, we're
Watch
gonna
just see the boat right for some reason.
Yeah, I want to see how you
That's
guys
my
find
fucking
him in that
slug.
first.
I kind of want to go in that fucking building. That doesn't look like anything about a boat.
Dude, it's like a dollar store, bro. Like,
That's the only thing that came to mind. This is the place
Yeah.
where I'm going to find snow globes with pictures of Karamorn in it.
dude,
Yeah.
Lunaris is gonna love this fucking place. Like, he's gonna be all over the place. Just
He's
little
gonna have
trinkets
no
and
money
shit.
left.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm buying like garbage for high prices.
Oh
Don't
my
you worry.
God. See, that's why I'm here.
Half
because then
eaten
I can come
apple?
up
Oh,
and
I'll pay 50
help
gold for
him
that.
get the right deals. Like, fuck that.
I'll come in swinging.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Something in my fucking eye.
Oh,
It hurts.
Oh,
Are
is
we
that
jacking
the
you up,
fucking
Cote?
worst, man? No, it's the I was gonna lose it at fucking Google Images, man. It's like you can find an image, you can find the web page the image comes from, but can you skip the step in between? Oh fuck no. I'm
No,
gonna
some
write
of
you
them
this
are
page.
IBDMs, and you can't use it because it's a link to a website, not an image. It's a pain in the ass. I know.
What if you screenshot, put it in Paint, and pull it out as your own
I
file?
figured. Then you wouldn't get the full resolution, but I figured it out.
But who gives a shit?
I
Like,
figured
Caleb,
it
do
out.
you use hides?
Huh?
So I saw you using an elf bar the other day,
A what?
or whatever the
What-
fuck
what-
they call them, the vape pen that you use.
Oh. Elf bar?
I
Is
thought
that
you
the
were
other brand
talking
you're
about
using?
fucking light
Um,
armor.
I use Escobars.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
because
well,
you're that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Or
They're both
Pastel Cartel.
You see, we have the pastel cartels up here. You guys don't have hides?
I don't know. Yeah, they might. I don't know.
I literally thought you were like
Alright,
role
here you
playing
go.
in the game, and then yeah, that was.
I use disposable ones.
That's what this one is. But
Oh.
it tastes like gummy bears.
Right, so your map exists in your mind. This is just for the flavor. Everybody get
Oh,
it?
I like the bard.
Yeah.
Cool.
This
So it's
image
not
is
quite
in,
as
just so
lively.
you know, Kote. This image is in the fucking season 3 recap. That's hilarious.
Is it? That's awesome. Yeah, it was like a real quick emergency fucking. I didn't know you were going to go in here or not, but it's not something that needs.
Yeah,
a
look at
map.
that sketchy bartender in the back. Don't trust
Right.
him.
That's
Oh,
So-
Howard
shit.
Wilson.
You walk in there. There it isn't quite as crowded, but this is generally what the room looks like. It's a little bit skeevier. Nobody is really sitting around tables drinking mugs of beer right now. There's a couple of people drinking alone in corners. You see, there's somebody that looks really similar to the human that's sitting out front on the stool, and he's sitting at the bar on a bar stool, and he's doing the exact same thing as the human outside was doing. He's kind of just whittling away at some stone or piece of wood or something. Everybody in there seems vaguely skeevy, but they're all minding their own business.
So you're telling me Gandalf isn't playing cards at a table?
Gandalf is not playing cards tonight.
Okay.
No, tonight it's Robert Goulet, and then Gandalf tomorrow.
Kool-Aid. Are you from out of town? Yeah, I guess I'll just walk right up to the bar, leading the way here.
It's a
And
very
say-
tavern. It's very greasy and dirty.
Top of the morning to you. Could I get 3 shots of whiskey, please?
No better way to start the day.
Mm.
That's a grisly-looking half-orc behind the bar. He doesn't seem really interested in any of the party members. He just seems mildly inconvenienced at having ordered the
do his
drink.
job.
Yeah, having to do his fucking job. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, well, I will thank Edmund for the shot, being a broke ass bitch.
Yep.
And
He's still pouring the liquor, but you can play ahead.
yeah, I will tell Edmund that since he's been back, it's just been a weight off my chest, and I am happy to be able to have his insight once again, because it's definitely helped me out in a few situations without reacting too rashly.
Well, if anything, I think I owe you more than just a drink, and I'm glad you all saved me.
So at this
Really
point,
can't overstate that.
the orc turns around, and he's got big fingers, sausage fingers, and in between each finger is a shot glass, and he puts all 3 of them down, like with bare paws like that at the same time, and you can see him cork up a dusty bottle, and he goes, 4 gold pieces.
Ooh, wow, that's something else. I'll put down 5, take the shot, and put the glass back down. Is it just completely wretched, or?
It's pretty good, and as you put the glass back down, he gives you an eyebrow raise, and he fills it again.
I wonder if I could put 3 shot glasses in my hand at once.
Oh
You should
my
try it and take pictures.
Okay, so Edmund is in the bar. Sorry, you're all fucking together. Edmund is in the bar. Lunaris is in the bar, and then is that it?
no, and
Bravo.
Oh yeah,
Davos.
because he told you to go in. Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, you were just talking to each other.
I
There
guess
you
I'll take the next shot, but then flip the glass over so he's not going to fill it again, and then drop another gold piece down and say, where, where would one find the someone who could do ship repairs for us in town?
The orc gives a long exhale, or the half orc gives a long exhale, and then he sits down on a bar stool he has behind the bar, and he looks at you at eye level, and he exhales again, and you can feel his like nostrils flapping and his breath blowing your hair, and he's just like, "You don't belong here."
Did I?
He doesn't look offended. He almost looks like he's telling you this as a service.
Is that indication I should be walking the other way right now? I'll
Not
give a
really.
wry grin.
Look around you.
I did. And I
You
guess
talk funny. You talk like an upperclassman.
You've got me pegged, sir.
Ain't no scholars in this part of town, son.
Well, as you can see, I travel with. I have strange bedfellows, and I'll motion to Davos and Lunaris, but mostly Lunaris.
He stifles a chuckle, and then he raises the bottle again and gestures to you, but not in a pushy way, as if you'd like another shot.
I guess I'll flip my glass over.
All right, he pours the glass full again.
At this point, I'll turn to Lunaris with the second shot there, and just get him to turn to me and be like, Lunaris. And when we have eye contact, I'll say, about that whole funny business earlier and everything, just know that we'll figure it out, and there's no hard feelings. And then I'll cheers him, and yeah, just kind of just a genuine fucking, it's all right, dude. And
so you're gonna see Lunaris, instead of raising his hand to grab the shot glass, he grabs it out of your hand with his beak, raises his head above, raises the shot glass above his head with his mouth, and just starts. You see, maybe 3/4 of the shot made it in his mouth.
And that is classic, my best friend, and I'll fucking laugh and take the shot as well.
As you guys are doing your little scene there, the bartender is still talking to Edmund. He seems to like him, even though he really should have no reason to. And he says, "Now this guy fits right in." And he gestures towards Davos. And then he kind of gives that sort of he gives you that look when somebody looks down and they look up at you like get it, and then he does like a twirling motion with his finger as if to say he matches the room.
At that point, though, I am gonna flash just gang signs at him and ask in Thieves' Cant if he knows of Drow and Wilson or has any connection to the underground.
Explain to me what Thieves' Cant is, so I make sure I'm not misunderstanding it.
It's not a language, it's a symbolic gestures of basically sign language and body language to talk with someone who is of that world. If they
Okay, so would you be able to say the name Drow and Wilson in Thieves' Cant? If it's just a language based on gestures, probably not.
Yeah,
what
I guess
specifically
not. Maybe
are
I'll
you
just
asking
ask him if he's part of the guild, let's say, or the fucking criminal underground fucking enterprise.
So what specifically are you saying? Ask the question, but in a way that could be made into gestures.
We need information. Are you part of the guild? In some.
Okay, so he sees you gesturing, and with a look of recognition, he starts to watch you make your sign language. And as his head snaps over, you see the human that's sitting at the bar with his back to the bar. He catches the movement of the orc's head, and he also looks over at you. And as you start to make these signs, they both start to lean in closer and closer with great interest. And as soon as you say the word guild, the orc kind of does that hoarse laugh where he pushes air out from between his lips, and he just kind of chuckles in a dismissive way and then sits back in his chair. And he's like, "What are you coming in here asking me about some guild? Do you even know where you are? I think maybe you should just move on, fellas." And then he looks at the human and he starts to chuckle, and then the human looks at him and chuckles back. Davos, you can make a check here.
Insight or
Yes.
Okay.
And you can roll it into the chat. You can see what this one is.
Oh yeah, good roll.
brutal roll.
You are able to detect that these guys don't have any sort of respect for any kind of guild that. Well, what guild were you referring to when you said the guild?
Well, I guess in my respects, and now the way that I've had these friends, like the thieves' connections of the criminal underground, just reminds me more of a connection of information and a guild that doesn't have a name. Like, it's not part of the world's guilds, right? It's that underground fucking criminal organization. There's really no loyalty, but also there's respect there, right? And they heard what I was saying in that symbology, so they must.
Okay, just a minute.
Caleb.
Yo.
Cam.
Cam?
Yeah, look at my camera.
Oh. Doing the show.
Well,
Those
they're
are fat
Okay,
shot glasses.
got it. All right,
Yeah.
so the orc looks at the human. The orc
Hold on.
looks at the human and he goes, he's asking about the guild. Do you know anything about a guild? Ha 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 ha! And then the human starts laughing, and then the human looks back over at one of the other people sitting at one of the bars and goes, "Hey, this guy's asking about the guild. Do you guys know where I can find any information on the guild?" Ha 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 ha! And then it spreads to the next table, and before you know it, the entire bar is uproariously laughing at your request to find information about the guild. And then you realize that I'm describing a scene from Jingle All the Way where Arnold Schwarzenegger's looking for the Turbo Man.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
That's exactly how this is playing out. So now the whole bar is in fits, laughing at you guys. It's a good-natured laugh, but it's still.
Lunaris is
Laugh.
gonna look around and go, and then begin to like laugh with the group.
Okay,
Well,
now there's a
that-
cackling bird.
Yeah, that honestly
not
kind
knowing
of
the language, but knowing that Davos, and knowing that he's speaking with symbols, right? I'm like, oh, I'm trying to get in on him. Like, ask him about the shipwright. Ask him about see if he understands that. And put a wry grin on my face, like I'm in on the joke.
You notice now that a group of elves, humans, and gnomes that were playing a card game at the back table have now completely abandoned the card game to laugh at Davos.
Well, I am going to
Sorry, dude.
definitely kind of feel a little shitty about that, but I am going to throw down my deck of fucking cards or my dice, my play dice, and I'm going to look right at him in the eye and say, one game of dice, and you tell me what I need to know, or this could get ugly.
Don't get so hasty, Davos.
All right.
Perhaps we could make a wager. I do have a bit of gold here, and I'll pull out 20 gold pieces and say, "There, you win." He tells you what you need to know. He wins. He keeps the gold.
While you guys are murmuring to each other, he just goes, "I think your friend over there is ugly enough for the both of us." Ah, ha, 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 ha. And then the whole bar laughs with him, and he points to Lunaris. And then, as the laughter starts to die down, you notice you can hear from the back corner, because you have a high passive perception, that some of the patrons that are laughing at you are now starting to send you guys drinks.
Oh.
So they seem to be like laughing at you because you're hilarious, but they're also buying you drinks.
Okay, so it's like all in all a pretty calm situation. I guess
Yeah.
that is the thing that I said though. That's very Davos. Like I'm starting to get a little pissed off, and I'm like, hey, like I looked at him seriously. There, it could get ugly, but he's still just paying no attention to the wager or anything.
You can all roll an insight into the chat.
Can I not roll like persuasion or something?
No, roll insight, all of you.
Okay.
There it is. All the rolls have been
Oh my
shitty
god,
tonight.
okay,
Fuck,
I'm
you're
just
getting
rolling today.
shafted,
All right.
buddy.
Yeah, I'm shafted, boys. I gotta shut up.
All right, Lunaris and Edmund. No, not yeah, Lunaris and Edmund. You guys notice that the vibe in here feels very much like almost like a mafia club. And you guys are so far out of your element that these guys are almost toying with you, and they don't take you seriously at all. Davos, you still feel like you might be able to intimidate the bartender, but Lunaris and Edmund, you can sense right away that nobody in here takes you seriously. Yeah, they're just fucking with you.
Well, I'll take whatever drink they gave and tip my hat and say, "Well, I need to go see a man about a boat. On me, boys." And I'll start prancing out of the bar.
Prancing
Yeah,
out of the mafia bar. What kind of fucking nuts is on this guy?
Me boys.
Do I get a feeling? Oh yeah, never mind.
hoping they take the hint and follow me.
Okay, as you guys are walking out, he just goes, "Oh, come back anytime. Your money's always good here. Oh, the Guildmaster's doing a Q&A tomorrow night. Make sure you show up for that. Bring your questions." Ha 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 ha!
Oh
And as you
my
walk out,
God.
you hear the whole bar just fucking roaring with laughter.
I'll
My
down
fucking-
whatever drink I had and drop it on the table on my way out, and get outside the light. No, well, that went lovely.
So I was following Edmund, and then when that last one happened, it just struck a fucking nerve.
Oh no!
But I'm not gonna pull a normal Davos. I'm gonna walk back up to the bartender and be like, "You're pretty fucking funny," and I'm gonna put down my bottle of Elder Monk wine, and I'm gonna say, "For you and your mates," and leave that with him and walk out with the guys.
Did they
Right. As you do that, he's chuckling again, and he puts his big meaty fist around the back of your head, and he's just like, "Oh, come here, son. It's all just a harmless laugh. We didn't mean anything by it. You have to understand how funny it is when you and your menagerie of friends just stroll in here and start asking questions about where's the nearest criminal enterprise. Can you point me in the direction of the? You guys are a riot. Wow." So seriously though,
Yeah,
can-
I'll just
I can-
say, I guess I'm a little straightforward sometimes, and give him a look that just shows like, you know, I've been through some fucking shit, and I usually am serious, and I'm gonna be like, thanks for the change in attitude there. We'll probably be back.
Hey, that'd be fantastic. And I'll tell you what, big man, I can tell you'd fit in perfectly around here. And if you're ever looking for a change of scenery, let's just say maybe you should come by for drinks, maybe a little more often. But your aristocrat friend there with the guitar, we don't usually get many of his type in here, so he's a little too clean. You know what I'm saying? Turns a lot of heads.
I'll
Even
say
with the Birdman.
Lunaris
Yeah,
is gonna
I'll say-
waddle up behind him very sneakily and just stare right at him when he's not looking in my general direction and wait for him to turn to me.
Buddy, the orc will see Lunaris and he'll look right at Davos and he'll just be like, "That guy, on the other hand, he's just fucking weird."
and I'll be like,
Do you provide
Well,
wares as
well,
well? I see you sell
uh-huh.
food and water, but do you have anything for sale? Trade?
Yo, Sean, your camera's fucked again.
It always is. I'm getting sick of dealing with it, to be honest.
What are you looking for?
Oh, wares,
What are you buying?
weapons, trinkets of sorts. I'm actually looking for a supply of glass if you have it.
His face scrunches up. He's like, "You can't find glass. You come in. What's he playing at?"
Lunaris is going to put his finger onto his nose and you go, "You know what I mean by glass."
I'm gonna fucking huddle down with Lunaris for a second and be like, "Are you talking about fucking drugs?"
Like, why are you buying drugs off somebody else and not me? I'm Davos the dope man. What are you doing?
Listen, Birdman. Gold is the
It's me.
universal
This is
language which
fucking
we all
mess.
speak, but unless you have any demands that are not a waste of my time, please just stand behind your friend here. He seems to be of good stock.
I'll turn to him and
You,
be
on the
like,
other
"I
hand.
think he actually meant, your empty bottles and recycling, but we'll talk about that another time."
You don't make a
And-
living selling glass, you fool.
He's doing a bottle drive.
Here, have some glass. He takes a flask from behind the bar and he tosses it up in the air at Lunaris. We'll just say Lunaris catches it.
Awesome. So he's just going to jingle purse coin and be like, "But what about weapons and armor? Do you have any of that as well?"
Go see an armorer.
Oh,
Go see a weaponsmith. What?
I thought this place was unrepairable. I've never met so many criminals that couldn't provide decent service. I'm over it.
Oh my
I am
god!
a-
I'm gonna
I am
throw
a
up my hands to
ball.
the bartender and be like, "You're right. He's a little fucking weird." And then I'm gonna turn and be like, "Lunaris, not the fucking time. Not the time, man." And then I'm just gonna start walking out with him and fucking raise my glass to everybody in the bar and start laughing myself, and then finish the drink and pop it down and go out the door.
All right, Lunaris, did you or did you not just call them all criminals?
I believe so. I would have
All
to...
right, the group of people playing cards immediately gets up and steps up to you guys. And he's
Oh
just
shit!
like,
I fucking heard that too, and we couldn't stop it. It already came out of his mouth. Fuck.
it's like, who do you think you are, buddy? You coming in here making all sorts of assumptions? Talking shit? Eh? You look around you. You see criminals? We're a legitimate business plan, having a card game and sharing a drink with our friends. And you're somebody who's about to get the fuck out of here and never come back. You hear me? They're Joe Pesci, very Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
And the bartender looks at you guys as if to say, like, told you we're fucking weird, and I told you this would happen. And he doesn't say anything, and he's just like, "Have fun, fellas." And he says that to the guys that are ushering you out, as if he's like assuming that they're gonna take you out back and beat the shit out of you now, and he's gonna turn a blind eye.
Awesome. So
And now
Lunaris is
they're
going
ushering
to...
you out the door,
Oh, they're ushering me out the back door or the front door?
the same door you just came in.
Okay.
Yeah, the back door to the
Yeah,
door.
so it's there's 3 gnomes, a human, and 2 half orcs, and they're kind of just
Oh.
like shooing you out the door.
Okay, so their
we got
intent
it.
is to just make me leave.
Yeah, but they're like talking shit and like they're stepping into your personal
Okay,
space
well
and
we're
pushing
going.
you
We're
towards the door.
gonna go
Gotcha.
the direction.
No, I'm just going to casually just slowly back out, almost tiptoeing.
They're only pushing Lunaris.
Okay,
All right,
well,
so Lunaris gets fucking ushered out the door by these guys. He's left a terrible impression. Davos and Edmund not so much, but Davos is clearly more at home there. So let's say you guys all walk out. Now by this point, Scrog and Zen, it's the Scrog and Zen show. So you guys
Okay,
are gonna have to
good
wait
check.
there for a little while because they're gonna have had time to make a little bit of progress. So you guys were just walking along the boardwalk looking for the ship, right?
Mhm.
All right. So you pass this house here. This house seems reasonably intact. It's 2 stories. You don't see anyone come and go, and you see that the inside looks dark. So you can either go in, look through the windows, or continue to walk by.
I'm gonna continue to walk by.
What's up, Zen?
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep heading down to the docks with Scrog.
All
Get-
right,
get
so
down
you're
there.
gonna walk by that building. You probably know that it's not important because I haven't given it a fucking name. So you see a couple of other little shacks that look like they might be used either for, temporary lodging, storage, what have you. And then when you get down to this pier that juts out into the water, you notice clearly that this is the part of the docks that's used for, well, some shit anyway. And you see that there's 2 buildings. They're both very big. Nothing has really happened here before, so to you, these buildings are new. They're closed in, and there seems to be like a big, almost kind of workshop area down here where there's a bunch of shit floating in the water. Caleb's gone.
I'm here. I got a hard reset. The program keeps giving me an error.
Oh, right on. Yeah, and you come across the building here. It's got the door in the front. You recognize it as a shipbuilding station. You see a shipbuilding shop, rather, or shipwright, whatever you fucking call it. On the front of the building is a boat. It's like a canoe, and it's nailed to the side of the building. And it's like in a semi-profile to emphasize the pooched out succulence of its insolent pouting rictus. No, nobody. All right. It's in a semi-profile, so you can see the boat, and it's emblazoned in the boat. It says the Sloop Troop, which is apparently the name of the store, and it says repair, maintenance, and commissioning of fine ships, sloops, sailboats, schooners, rafts, canoes, catamarans, gondolas, barges, dories, skiffs, ferries, galleys, and galleons. Come on in. They've used most of the real estate on the side of the boat. It's fairly lengthy. And the door is closed. You don't notice any activity. Seems bright in there, as if the sun is shining into the building from windows. The main entrance seems to be the building with the letters on it. So you're free to either look around or go in or see what else the fuck is around there or whatever you want to do. Or go back to the pub and tell these guys you found the boat, whatever the fuck you want to do.
So I'm gonna enter into this. Does it seem like the shipwright building is open?
You can't tell. It just looks like any other house. Or it's pretty early in the morning, so it doesn't surprise you really that it looks that way.
Well, I'm gonna try the door and see if it opens.
Okay. You pull open the door. You hear the dinging of a bell, as you would hear in any shop. And then you walk in and you see kind of a large room. And in the room is a counter at the back. And most of the room is taken up with you can see like boats in various stages of completion, like little skiffs where the skeleton's only built, and like other boats where there's like a different kind of rudder. It's almost like a showroom, I guess.
Copy.
But it looks like it was hastily thrown together. It doesn't look like it's been here that long. Yeah. And there is nobody in the room with you yet. Zen, do you walk in too?
Yep.
Cool. So you guys are both in there. There is no map, so it's theater of the mind. Everything is built out of wood. Most of it looks like reclaimed wood that was used to fix the building. And you notice that there is a couple of little doors in the side that go down to little miniature docks. It's all very somebody's worked very hard on it in a very short period of time, you can tell.
Copy. I'm gonna give a loud whistle to try to get somebody's attention.
You gonna do anything, Zen, or just let Scrog whistle?
No, it's not like I could stop him from whistling anyway.
Right. All right. So the whistling echoes off the barewood floor and the ceiling, and I'm gonna need to get a beverage here in a minute because I'm gonna be doing a lot of talking.
Push me a map also, please.
We don't have one.
Oh, Karamor and map. Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
Karamor would be great.
All right, so from a door that goes back out to the rear dock, you notice an orc walk through the door. Is he an orc or a half orc? I wrote it down somewhere. Oh, I'm mistaken. It is a dwarf.
Son of a bitch.
A big burly dwarf walks in from the back, and he seems pensive, but you don't really get any other read on him. He's the opposite of flamboyant, whatever that is, and he walks
Homely?
up behind the sure. He walks up behind the counter, takes a seat, and he starts eating a half-eaten plate of food that was sitting there from before that you hadn't noticed until now. And he just goes, "Yes," and he starts to eat while waiting for you to walk up. And at this point, my throat's really dry, so I'm going to get a beverage. Can you give me a minute?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna look at Zen and just kind of like raise my eyebrows, kind of like look back at him, look back to Zen, and I'm just gonna like shrug my shoulders.
Yeah.
And start my way up towards him. That's the plan when he gets back.
Yep. No, I'm in.
Oh, if he was an orc, it was gonna be such a different story. Fuck. So glad it wasn't an orc.
You could just like arm wrestle challenge him to fix our boat.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, there's a whole different fucking line of things you can do with an orc, man. And like, I have done so much research because Sean was like, "It's gonna come up. It's gonna come up," and I'm like, "Okay." And like, it hasn't came up, and now I'm like, "Oh shit." There's half orcs running around and running shit in this town, and every time there's one running, I'm nowhere near.
Yep.
Like, you came across the first one, and then fucking.
Did you get
guys
into a
just hit-
fight with a bunch of them right at the beginning of the?
I got into a fight with one, but like, he was an asshole.
All right.
Yeah, and then you solve the issue after. You're
Right.
like, fine.
Alright.
Davos, just as a heads up, I put penny farthing in the notes, and I think you should look at it because it was everything I was able to take from Lunaris calling them criminals. So
Okay.
maybe that might help you decide on what to do.
Well, we're gonna try to de-escalate for sure, but yeah, we'll do that together. I'm just gonna have to try to take point on it and then see what happens, I guess.
So yeah, I wrote down everything I figured out.
I'll
See, it's
read
such
it.
a good thing that Davos took that fucking wand of fucking whatever. Because if Skrog would have had it, like, no matter if it did 4 damage, you know what I mean? It is 1d4 plus whatever, right? So, I would use those 6 daggers to, like, try to intimidate 6 motherfuckers. You know what I
At
mean?
once, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, "What's up, bitch? What's good?"
Dude,
Be
it
like-
reminds me of Iron Man when he targets like 5 people and the darts come up on his shoulder. You know what I mean?
Nope, I don't watch Iron Man. I don't watch the Marvel
Okay.
series.
Well, if you're ever gonna watch one, Iron Man 1 is just the only like fucking.
Let me
top
rephrase
tier
that. I
movie.
watch Marvel series. I don't watch, like, the Iron Man and the Avengers.
Yeah, the first one though was amazing. The first Iron Man was solid. Just a fucking sick movie. But yeah, like he just can fucking target like 6 people at once and basically just shoot it all at once, right? So yeah, you're right. You could just like intimidate them all, just hold the wand and just be like, you're gonna all get blasted by a missile right now.
Be like, y'all ever been a Vita Kedavit at the same time?
But that's the other thing is I have no AoE really, so that's actually really good for me to have a little bit of that too.
You don't need AoE, you fucking crazy fool, with your 78 damage on a crit. Fuck off.
No,
Right,
but just
yeah.
for these 6 people, like if we're outnumbered, that's a good way you could use it too, right?
Oh yeah, you could also stick it the end of it in your own ear and cast all 6 charge.
Oh my god.
You'll never take me alive, Copper.
Right? I bet you can't undo this damage.
That's actually pretty sick. Yeah, I wonder
Where you just hit all of us with one and we act like we die.
yeah, just a big fucking farce. That's hilarious.
Everybody's dead. Everybody took 4 points of damage.
Honestly, I love that kind of deception roleplay when we all are like completely fucking lying together and try to get our way through something. It's fucking
Oh,
fun.
just don't ask me to lie because I roll negatives for lying.
Alright, I am also not a liar.
You guys have that sense about you that anything you
so-
are saying, if it is just straightforward, people
Oh,
believe
and-
you easier because if you are just telling the truth, but just vaguely, you know what I
Well,
mean? Just don't.
So that's
say
what
a
it is.
lot.
Is I don't lie, but I just don't expose any. I just don't try to talk about the things that I don't need to.
I'm
You're
ready
good
to roll
at
whenever.
conversation too.
Yeah.
You're a good. Yeah, you just change the direction. They don't even know what's happening to them, but all of a sudden they're in a different conversation with you, and then they're like they're into it because you're so into it that they're just like, oh, this is where it is now, I guess. And then they're all fucked around. It's like, all right, cool. And then
Strong
Zen is just so like charmy that people just it just flows, right? Whatever he wants to talk about, it's just like, oh, yeah, something comes up out of nowhere.
We're gonna build a boat out of only bananas, and we want you to do it. And he's like, "Yeah, great idea."
Yeah,
All
and
right,
then
are you talking to the dwarf here? Or are you guys working something out?
No, we're just bullshitting, waiting on you
yeah,
to get
yeah,
back.
yeah.
All right, we can start the dwarf encounter.
So I'm
he
look at
goes-
Zen and kind of like raise my eyebrows and just kind of like, this guy's gonna build a boat. And I'm gonna walk up to him and be like, "So, do you guys do boat repairs?"
Did you read the sign out front?
No,
It
I
just
did not.
says the sloop shoot. Sloop troop.
And we always stick together.
Woohoo!
Shibba-doo-wop, doo-boo-doo-wop. Wow.
I think you'll find if you go and read the sign, it says a little more than that. I spent all day on it.
All right, well, I'm gonna walk back outside and I'm gonna read a sign.
We do repair boats, young man. We do
I was like,
repair
we're
boats.
already in here. Why
Turn
are you-
around. We repair boats.
Okay,
Am
but
I-
will you repair our boat?
Good God, man. And he goes back to his food. And then he looks up at Zen and he's like, Can I repair your boat? Yes, I can repair your boat.
Will you repair our boat?
Of course I'll repair your boat. Where's your boat?
Just
Down the
about
way.
yeah, about 500 yards up the beachway here. You can't miss it. It's got a whole bunch of cannons on it.
Cannons.
Yeah.
What kind of boat are we talking about here?
It's a big boat.
You noticed he's wearing thick, kind of half moon glasses. He takes them off and sets them down, and he looks at you properly for the first time, and he's like, What kind of menagerie is this? I mean, I get weird people coming in here all day, but now it seems it's something fucking different every week. What? Are those hooves?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. You know what, son? I don't want to know. It's none of my business. So you say you have a boat. Well, do you have money to fix the boat? You have a
Just
boat.
steaks. Why are
That's
you
one
so-
ingredient. Now, how about the other ingredient? It's the gold.
Okay.
Fuck, how
so
about a dwarf that's not an asshole?
Zen, hang on, man. Hang on. Calm
Do you have
down.
any of those in your?
Calm down. Take a trot.
In your infinite
take a
wisdom,
trot.
Zen, you
Trot.
can tell he's just overworked and he doesn't mean it personally.
Take a trot.
Dude, every one of our encounters is somebody holding somebody back because they're like, dude, don't fight. Like, what are you doing? Everyone's just pissed off. It's hilarious.
You guys, I don't mean any disrespect, but it's a very simple thing I'm asking you. You have a boat, you have the gold to fix the boat. How fucked up is the boat? Hey, look, I'll tell you one thing first before we go any further. I can get you in about 6 months. How's that sound?
No, we're gonna. So, what if I told you I own Horizors and more?
Horizors
been-
and Moors. What the fuck
I've-
is Horizors and Moors? Okay, he doesn't curse at you. Horizors and Moors, and he just looks at you inquisitively. He's being a little too aggressive here.
Tone it back, Coach.
Well, hang on, man. He's a
You
dwarf,
seem
and
yeah, you seem
Scrog's
like a
taking
lonely
it
dwarf.
because he
You know
dealt
what an
with
ore
Fin-
is.
he dealt with Finnick for so goddamn long. He's used to this kind of fuckery.
You make boats. You probably know what an ore is. You seem lonely, so I'm sure you know what a whore is. It's not that hard to put it together.
Horizors
Guess
and
what?
Moors. I thought I was rid of all three of those things when I left my ex-wife's swamp mine.
I'm gonna smack the table and laugh. All right. So how about this? How about we take a walk up to the boat? and you give me a estimate on how much you think this boat is going to cost.
Son, I've got a wrench in one hand and my dick in the other. I can't even eat my fucking lunch. I don't have time to walk up to your boat.
Well, how about this? I
Are
will
you?
go get one of my
Look,
whores. I will go get 2 of my whores. One can feed you, one can handle your cock, and then you can walk.
oh, jeez. I'd like to help you, son, but I've got to help the paying customers in sequence. And as you can see, it's a fucking zoo in here. And he kicks the back door open behind him. He doesn't have to move. He just kicks his foot back, and the door behind him flies open. And as it flies open, you see 2 littler dwarves on the dock outside behind you and behind him. Sorry, and they're standing on like a boat, and you see them. They're frantically swinging wooden hammers, driving pegs into holes, and you can see there's shipbuilding happening behind him right now. He's like, the best I can tell you, son, is I'll take a walk out there someday when I have a few minutes, but I can't promise you priority sequence. It doesn't make sense. This is a bustling community.
I'm here
Is
to
it?
protect this bustling community.
How long have you been here? I mean,
Since long before you, boy.
well, I mean, I've only been here a few weeks, but I've got so many orders, I can't fill them all. Everybody wants a piece of the action.
We're the ones that we freed this town from the enslavement of the people that were here.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Ah. Well,
Good for you, I suppose.
I mean, we've got a lot of money.
yeah. I mean, I
Like-
have an entire business.
Like, I'm sure we can make it worth it for you. But obviously, we can't. Like, we don't know the first thing about shipwrights. That's why we're here to talk to you.
Do you have a boat I could buy or rent as of right now that would handle, say, 7 people?
I mean, I don't really have a boat for rental. If I had a boat for rental, somebody would just buy it from me. I mean, people will pay whatever I ask. Quite frankly, these days, the demand is so high. It's quite frankly, I've been tempted to offer the quickest service to the highest bidder, but I have too much integrity. I have too much integrity. And he looks
What if
down
I
at
told you I could give you a whole bunch of food along with the money that you're asking for?
Oh, food. We've got plenty of that. I mean, talk to the rest of the town if you want to hand out food. We've got more food than we can handle over here. We're businessmen. The problem is with the peasants working the mines. They get by on scraps. But I mean, it's the choice that they made when they came here to work. So what can I say?
Then I'm afraid that I've exhausted my options of trying to get this man to fix my boat. Sir, do you sell the proper tools for me to possibly patch my boat up to get it here to where...
The proper tools, son. Let me stop you right there. And he raises one hand in front of him, and then he raises the other hand in front of him as if he's going to strangle somebody. But then you realize he's just showing you his hands, and he's like, these are the proper tools. 60 years of experience in building ships and fixing... Well, why don't you go outside and read the sign again, my young man?
And then we fucking.
These are the proper tools.
Right, can I reach over and grab him by his hands?
If you want to.
Yeah. And I'm gonna pull him real close to my face. Like, drag him across the counter, you know what I mean? Because he's a dwarf compared to me. And be like,
He's a.
these hands seem
Why
like
are you
they like to
talking
make
like
money.
him?
Because I'm
He's a
mocking
dwarf.
them.
He's a dwarf compared to me. He's a dwarf compared to everybody.
All right, he's putting up with it. He
Oh
seems
my
not. He doesn't seem impressed.
No, let it go and just like let him go on the countertop. And I'm just gonna walk away. Like, whatever, dude. Like, I don't have anything else to say to you. Like, you say 6 months, I've got the money. I'm providing the food. I don't know
Look,
what
man,
else
there's
I
no
can do.
reason to get upset. You're a customer like any other. If you've got the money, I've got the skills, but you can't just jump the queue, son. Come on. Look around you. This
What
is
if
the
I
world
told
that
you
we
the
live in.
longer-
Justice and integrity are hard enough to find in this town these days. This is a fortress of integrity, man. I'm not going to compromise my ideals. I've got enough money to be going on with. Now, I'd be happy to provide you the service, but you have to wait in priority sequence. If you'd like me to have a look at your boat, can come at some point in the next week when I have an evening free, but not today. Not today.
Okay. We don't have 6 months is our problem. We don't have
Well-
6 months to wait. We don't have 6 months, period.
Well, I mean, what are you needing, son? I mean, I'm sympathetic to your
I
cause,
need
but I
some
can't just
holes-
wave my
I just need
magic
some
wand
holes
and
patched. That's it. I
holes
just
patched.
need some holes.
He says it like it's so
patched.
simple. He says it like it's so simple. Oh, honey, I wish you were here to see it. I wish you were here to see it. He starts mumbling under his breath. Oh, these people. A hole that needs to be patched. Well, that's fantastic. Now, how big is the hole, son? I'm assuming it's a larger hole because your friend here seems to be perfectly capable of casting a mending spell. Look at him.
He's got hooves.
He's got hooves, for Christ's sake. And a lute. He casts mending spells in his sleep. This boat must be righteous fucked.
I mean, it's got 4 feet of water in it at the moment.
Oh, that'll crinkle your dingus.
What if I could give you a couple cannons to help fortify your situations here?
Well, son, what am I going to do with a cannon other than maybe point it at someone who tries to yank me across the bar while I'm eating my dinner?
You got a point, man.
Well, here's the crux of the biscuit, my friend. Well, you've received my offer. I'm sympathetic to your cause. This is what I can do for you. Now, you can take it or leave it. And again, I mean no disrespect, but I'm a busy man. I have things to attend to, as you can see. And he kicks the door open behind him again, and you can see that the two people that were building the boat are now having like they're throwing dirty rags at each other like a snowball fight, ducking out of the way, laughing, and just generally horse playing like idiots.
Are you three the only shipwrights in this town?
Well, of course. Why do you think business is so good? If there was another shipwright, I'd buy it out at this point and expand my business. I'm unstoppable.
So why not expand your business and then take my boat on as your expansion?
I don't have enough workers, man. I've only got 3, and these 2 are fucking useless.
Yes.
Well,
You know
sir,
what?
see your.
It's bad enough that their Herod and mother passed on their shitty genes and just infected their minds when they were a child. God rest her soul.
You know what? I sympathize with you. We also have a group where most of us are.
Most of us are
Most
fucking
of the- Most of the rest of
outcasts.
us group. I understand what it's like trying to work with useless people.
Right? I'll tell you, son. I may not be the most cunning person that you'll ever run into. Maybe not even today. Maybe not this week. But I'll tell you, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king, and you're looking at him.
How about patch kits? Do you sell patch kits?
Like for a tire?
No, man, like boat repair kits. I
We're
call it the
not
wrong thing. I was
playing
thinking
for the king.
Like a little
Shut up.
box with a
Alright.
bunch of boards in it?
Stop.
No, man,
Okay,
like
you're
for the
not
king,
asking
man.
him that.
You sell shipwright lessons.
Yeah, what if we came and worked for you for 3 weeks?
Yeah, tell you what. We will fix these small boats that you're working on if you fix the big boat that we need fixed.
You want to sell me your labor?
Yeah.
I
we
want
wanna-
you to fix my boat.
Oh, I wish my chicken friend was here. He has his favorite word he would use. We want to trade
Raid.
you our
He
labor.
seems genuinely surprised at your request, and he goes, "Well, I mean, it's not something I'd considered. It's possible I can pass on some knowledge in exchange for some labor, some assistance if you're good
And you know
workers, which
what,
I'm
like-
sure you are." And
Like you said, I know my way around a mending spell, so I can like help with like the small stuff that might take you a little while. It takes me no time at all. And just mend up all the
And,
small things, and Scrog here can deal with the big holes.
Yeah, I'm 3 times your size. I can move 3 times the amount of equipment that you can.
interesting. You can see, you can almost see dollar signs in his eyes. I'll tell you what, son. I like the cut of your jib. I'll think about it. Why don't you come back and see me tomorrow? I have to consult with my employees. And then he kicks open the door again, and you see now One of them has put his entire face in a giant glass, like beer mug, because they're tiny dwarves, right? And he's trying to get it off his head, and he can't. And the other guy's trying to help him get it off his head.
We're just having a great time. We're gonna have a great time working here, Zen.
You guys feel like he's warmed up to you significantly, and in the back of your mind, you feel like maybe you should go see the other party members.
Yeah.
I'm going to go
And
ahead.
pull us into a fucking labor deal now. It's like you guys are now the workers. We are
Yeah, right.
supervisors.
Right.
That's what he gave us the station as. So you guys will
Yeah.
do the labor.
We
We'll
are
just,
actually
document.
we're your managers. You do what
Yeah.
we tell you.
I'm gonna let
Fuck.
you talk to him about this because I'm not real charismatic about anything.
We'll be like laughing in the corner, like.
Right. I'm just.
Yeah, you're just gonna be giggling while I roll no less than a 21 at all times on persuasion.
Yeah, so I might fucking figure it out, but I've been rolling like dog shit, so we'll see.
All right, so let's do the meet cute. How does everybody meet? So these guys left the penny farthing. You guys were gonna walk down the dock to find these guys, right? Well, let's say both encounters took about the same amount of time, so you guys can meet like halfway or whatever you want. I'll just unlock the
Fair.
tokens.
I want to mosey over here and look at this big ship that these troop sloops have been building.
Fuck, do I do this?
Kote, does anything happen with these guys that kick Lunaris out?
No. Once they get you out the door, they go back in.
Okay,
Right.
we'll just leave it at
Once I
Do
convince
we,
the
do
party
we
members
hear
that we're
any
good.
commotion from that direction of that happening?
No.
Well-
By the time we see you later, Edmund. By the time this all takes place, you guys
Edmund's
are
drowning.
clear of it.
Yeah, but telepathy-wise, really all he gets is just pure laughing in his head because he's also laughing about making us fucking his labor force.
But yeah, I'm going to roll
That's
some
lit.
sick persuasion to convince these guys to come help us fix the small ship so that the big dwarf guy can fix it.
You're
how
a
you
brave
gonna
man,
work it out?
Zen, trying to bring Davos into a shipyard that already has Dumb and Dumber.
21.
So what do you say to all of us?
Basically, in order to get our ship fixed sooner than 6 months from now, we have to. I look at Lunaris and say, trade our physical prowess for his skills and craftsmanship. So we are going to help him on some of his smaller jobs, so that he
to get it
have
caught
the time to go do the big job.
Well, I am
Or we could
straight
always,
up believing my friends,
or we could always just fix the small boats and steal them.
but just for shits, I'm gonna roll insight, which I roll like shit, and yeah, I just follow them. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go work on some boats.
I'm gonna
Well,
let
we
you
could
guys make your own decisions here, even if someone rolls a check, because this is a big direction that the campaign's taking. So
We could definitely keep it as an option open. What I'm thinking is we explore the town. Maybe we find a ship we can take.
Oh,
No.
Yeah. Well, so the big issue is apparently anytime that because this guy's in the shipbuilding business, anytime he finishes a ship, it pretty much gets bought immediately. So we're gonna have to try and find one, but I know that ships are a little hard to come by right now. So yeah, this doesn't have to necessarily be the plan, but if we want him to fix our current boat, this is the only way to do it in faster than 6 months.
But if we fix the boat, where are we going to go? I think it would be a good idea to send Davos in with the criminal underbelly to try to find out more information while we fix the boat.
I agree that we do not need everybody in the boathouse trying to help this, because more hands does not always mean more work.
Right. I'm quite curious about. Well, I mean, didn't.
I'm sorry,
Fisker-
Kote. You don't have to text that fucking hard.
I'm
Didn't
too lazy to
Fisker
mute
have
myself.
Didn't he want us to get out of here before shit hit the fan?
Yeah, that's 6 months from now.
Well,
Mhm.
didn't
I would
he?
need to get a
Didn't
boat
he,
fixed before then and get the fuck.
but wasn't part of what he did was get us like we could talk to someone to get passage off the island?
I mean,
No.
yeah, I guess.
He
No.
told you not to
No?
do that.
Oh, yes, he
Oh.
did.
Because the only people that will book passage off the island are people that will take you to New Haven, and you can't go there. So the person that took Fisker would also take you if you were so inclined to find him and enlist his services, but you would be apparently thrown into a paddy wagon the second you landed.
Gotcha.
And
then
as far
I'm
as you
going
know,
to-
no one will take you across the ocean. So
Yeah, so
Well-
I'm gonna reiterate to the group: the only way we're getting off Caramorn and finding the next destination is by becoming prestige worldwide. And I'm gonna fucking stress the fact that we have to become new people, and fucking we won't get caught as long as
Davos,
we just
how are we gonna get off the island?
Well, hold on. Maybe we should look into more of the goings on here on the island. Maybe something will become more apparent if we just kind of blend in a little bit, you know?
That's what I'm saying. What's your new name?
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
motion from my neck down to my waist. You just kind of like do that like 2 or 3 times, like blend in, blend in.
And then I'm gonna pull out the fucking face painting kit, and you guys are all gonna be like, "What the fuck?" And I'm gonna be like, "Okay, not the right time, not the right time."
By the way, if we are using fake names, mine's going to be Charles Xavier.
Mine's gonna be blend in.
okay.
My name's gonna be unknown
Well-
number.
Mine's going to be legitimate businessman.
You can call
Maybe-
me Unobtainium.
Maybe we
Oh
can.
my God.
Maybe we can find. I don't know, someone else. The Naris was mentioning maybe those shady fellows we just met. Maybe one of them could sneak us off the island, or
Shady fellows.
oh yes, the penny farthing wasn't as fancy as it sounded. We'll look a little bit put out.
Sounds like my kind of place.
I'm gonna turn to Scrog and say you'd fit right in. Do you guys want to go have some food, a drink, and maybe talk with them a little bit more?
I think for right now we've overstayed our welcome in that place.
But there are several
with a group
things
that-
that
Hey,
did
you
do
know
this.
what? I'm gonna give some bonus information here, Davos. You should have gotten a passive perception in penny farthing, so you're pretty aware that that is a hub of criminal activity. Just
Oh yeah, that's what I was already getting for sure.
Okay. Well, you are pretty sure that lots of sketchy deals go down there, and you
And
had. Of particular note was the guy sitting at the front door, and then of even more particular note was the guy sitting at the bar. But you were the only one that really got that read on the place.
right, but I don't think we can all go back there, if you know what I mean. I got the feeling like maybe we were unwanted.
Well, they seem to really like you. I don't think they would mind.
They
I'm
seem
actually
like they wanted
call
to,
you
but
guys.
yeah, I gotta go soon too.
Yeah, no, I gotta get up real early for an appointment, and I'm fading so fucking fast that I'm not even sure what's going on. So I'm gonna
Okay,
call it. Thank you guys.
Kote, is there any way we can stay the night in one of these buildings? Does that place have rooms or?
I'm sure there's an inn here somewhere, right? Maybe we should post up.
Yeah, you guys have only been walking around for a little while, so it's like probably 2 in the afternoon right now.
Okay, well,
Right.
we'll just pick up from here then, I guess. Just leave it
But
there.
you know of no place that you can stay so far that you've.
Except for the
seen.
camp, right? We could go back to the camp.
Yeah, you have a camp that you stayed in, and there's that, like, the cove, and there's places along the road, but you haven't noticed anywhere in town where you can stay legitimately.
I don't.
Okay,
I
well,
guess I don't want to
that's
play for too much here, but maybe we could just take a walk around town, just try and get a lay of the land here a little bit in the daylight.
That was what would be one of my plans when you guys took a long rest. Is I was going to not take the long rest.
Ah.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't know. I feel like it's just going to be like too much information for Victor to lose because he's gone already now.
Yeah, I'm not going to let
So-
you guys explore without Victor. Just
Yeah,
do.
Yeah,
You
keep
got a lot
Victor
of
doing
information
it.
today. You got a ton of
Yes.
information. You
Yeah.
got the boat. You got the Benny Farthing. You got the sloop troop. So just groove on that. And
what I was going to say though,
and you
Gote,
got what
is-
happened with Fisker too. So the whole world's been recontextualized. Yeah, go ahead.
Yep.
Yeah, we just need to like that. That's another piece of information to learn through talking to townspeople, and especially these guys in the bar again. And that's why Edmund, like, you could probably come in, Zen or Scrog, but Lunaris probably might not be welcome quite yet. So he could go off craft and shit, do his glass stuff, try to find like an artisan place. We could go in there, try to find information on if they could take us out, where we should go, and also what business deals are going on here and who's involved and who runs the town, like all that kind of
So I
information.
made a note for the penny farthing, Cote. Can you have a look at it and see if there's anything there that's incorrect?
Where would I find that?
Under notes.
Oh, it's under player. Okay.
Ben, when's the next time you can play?
I can play. I go back
Next
to work
week
on
for me.
Sunday.
I go
Okay.
back to work Saturday, so I will figure that out.
You're going back to work?
Yeah.
Motherfucker, congratulations.
No shit, right? Cannot wait.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
pretty accurate.
That's
Next
kind
week-
of that's what I kind of took from whenever I called them all criminals. I did it on purpose. I wanted to see what their reaction was.
Right on.
Okay, next week I can work. I can play.
All right,
Every
guys,
day,
we'll end
every
the
night but
live stream
Wednesday.
there anyways, but I won't waste any more time. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Peace out.